Hello. Oh my god, I've not actually connected myself. How embarrassing. I knew there was something missing. Hoop, hoop. Gotta get that starting scuff going, right? It's very important. Give us a second. There we go. I'm now synced. Ha! Ha! All right, I'm going to try something else while I was here. Oh, I'll close this tab. I've been having surprising IT difficulties in the last, like, 10 minutes. I want to try some background music stolen from, turn this off. Let's see, desktop audio not registering. There we go. Okay, make this desktop audio. Trying to play some background music from YouTube directly. That hopefully will not get copyright struck. Not that I monetize it anyways, doesn't matter. Now for capturing desktop audio, if I crank up my audio, okay, it's fine. Okay. I've not actually done a chatting stream before, so this is mildly new for me. So getting things set up slightly different than games. Before I get talking about Japan, I wanted to set up so I could show photos, in case in case something came up and I wanted to share them. But like, it is weirdly difficult to get photos to show in OBS, and I don't know why. First was getting the photos onto my Windows machine, which was a hassle. But OBS can't capture the. Actually, it might not be a Windows thing. It couldn't capture the Windows photo app, but then when I load it in actual photo editing, it also doesn't render there. It shows because this is my struggle, so now it's your struggle. First off, no personal information is going to be shown if I do this right. Well, you know what? That's life. So it shows blank. This is wild. It's over here. Let's move me over. Unlock this. So if you look over here, it's blank, but you can see in the bottom right corner, there's actually a preview of the image right here, but it's not rendering in OBS. And for the life of me, I don't know why. I'm not sure there's some like built-in, is there some like built-in like privacy protector? Let me try seeing photos. Yeah, photos gets nothing. Man. OBS really wants you just to use the basic image uploader. Anyway, let's just close that out so I don't accidentally reveal something terrible, like my name. I thought about like, oh, maybe I can upload. You know, it might be. It's a PNG, so it's not the raw file, so it can't be like based on the file type. I don't know. It shouldn't be. Like, this is my photo that I took. My own camera, my own two eyes. Oh my god, chat is so small. It's on my screen. So yeah, it's some weird DRM that. Okay, let me try something else. We're going on this quick brief journey together. If I just drag a photo into OBS, what madness will this cause? Oh, that loads. Look at that. Okay. It loads. Oh god, why are the colors? Oh my god, my suffering. Let me move my OBS window for a second. What is with this color rendering? This is wild. Properties. OBS, are you doing some sort of weird filters? No. Is this just my screen? Okay, let me do something terrible and look at my own stream. Ugh. It's not even my best photo, it's just a test photo. Sure. And I'm not going to talk for seconds. I don't want to hear my own voice. Okay, it's just mildly odd. Well, you know what? Here we are. Delete that photo. The color rendering though hurts my soul. Move myself back over. Anyway, so I'm back from being in Japan for 2 weeks. I thought I was going to talk about Japan in yesterday's stream while playing Rimworld, until I completely forgot that the part of my brain that controls talking also controls like thinking. So if I'm doing anything that requires actual thought, such as a resource management game, there's no hope that I talk about anything besides what I'm actively doing with my hands and my brain, which is why it becomes more stream of thought in like that or Civilization. Only if I can like go in autopilot, like known levels of Dark Souls, can actually talk about things. So it's fine. And do let me know in chat if like the background music is quiet or loud. It's at like 50, 45 decibels, so it should be fine. Maybe. Anyway, don't copyright strike me for this song called No Copyright Music, 34 songs, 2 hours. I did think about uploading my photos to like Google Drive and showing them in a browser, but that seems fraught with danger. So anyway, I'll just drag them to OBS and we'll get some wonky ass colors together as a journey. So, as I said, I went to Japan for 2 weeks. I left May 3rd, and I left for Japan May 3rd, and I returned on the 18th on Saturday. I've been planning this trip for about 5 months or so. I started maybe in the fall. I thought about doing it, and then it wasn't until like January I actually like sat down and started doing difficult things like buying plane tickets and booking hotels. Which, if people are interested in like my actual travel planning process, I'm happy to go into that as well. But this is my first fully solo trip since late 2000s. And it's interesting how solo travel has changed between late 2000s, vague late 2000s, and now. Mostly around connectivity. Yeah. I'm not. If anything, I'd make a whatchamacallit. Oh my God, Chad, your text is so small. It's kind of on screen. It's kind of killing me. I'd make whatchamacallit, like a dummy Flickr account. Not dummy. Like I have a dedicated Gmail account for streaming. I'd use that and just upload there. But showing my browser window is worrisome because who knows what autocomplete or personal information is going to pop up. So we're not doing that today. Maybe in the future, but not today. So yeah, first solo trip in a while. It's the last time I did a solo travel was I was in Europe ages and ages ago. And it was very much more disconnected. Like on this trip, I had my cell phone. I had a data plan on my phone. I got an eSIM, so I could use my cell phone just willy-nilly everywhere. And so I could like still chat with people online or check websites or use apps I normally use. And it was all super easy and convenient, minus some mild time zone differences. And I was contrasting it the other day to, like 1 a.m. this morning when I was waking up from jet lag. When I last solo traveled in late 2000s, where there was no internet. I mean, okay, there was internet, no like easy connectivity. I had a burner, like a Nokia burner phone, effectively, for living abroad for a little bit, and so I could maybe text a couple people in England. Even then, it'd be expensive. And the only internet access that there was in dedicated internet cafes in some cities, or like if a hostel had a computer and you could like log into your email there and check things out. So it's very different to actually have like regular social group contact, even while traveling alone. Kind of made it removed some of the fully alone edge of it, which is kind of good and bad depending why you're traveling by yourself. I think I said this in previous streams, but I highly encourage everyone to do it, at least do like a week or 2 trip on your own to somewhere new, just because it forces you to, okay, maybe not for everybody, forces you to reckon with like questions such as, what do I actually like to do? And do I like this because I like this, or do I like this because other people around me have liked this in the past? And that happened a lot on this trip. This trip had a lot of things where I planned and I booked out. I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely like this. I can't wait to do it. And then I'm like actually there by myself, and it's like, oh, turns out I only did this because of the people I was traveling with in the past, and maybe I don't actually enjoy doing this. Let's consider that in the future. I think one thing that definitely struck me on that part of Japan, and I realized a bit before I left, and so I did reschedule some things, but like I enjoyed in part doing like the ryokan, onsen, kaiseki, fancy meal experiences. Last time I was in Japan in 2018. But that's because I was with somebody, and those experiences that definitely helped with that. On my own, like sitting around relaxing, it's like I don't need to be in Japan to do that. In fact, I'm much more comfortable sitting around relaxing in my own home in my own pajamas than I am in like a hotel room, no matter how fancy, or an onsen. Not that I went in an onsen. Going into an onsen naked in public is not something for this fox boy. We're keeping that under wraps. So it's definitely a different experience and kind of a fun experience. Oh, okay. I'm leveled, everyone. This is the problem with travel: is you could be in the moment. You're abroad. You're 7 days into a 14-day trip, and you're like, I am ready to be home. I'm done with this. I want some Mexican food. I want to sleep in my own bed. I don't want to sleep on the Tommy mat floor again. And you have that moment, but then you get back and like there's a couple days later, all of a sudden you're just like, oh, I forgot all the bad parts. This was great. I can't wait to do it again. And then you make plans, and then a year later you go back and you're like, why does everything taste like fish? Why does everything have dashi? Why is there surprise octopus in my omu rice? So you forget those parts. Or they fade away and you just remember like the fun parts. You look at your photos like, oh, based on the photos I took, I had a great time. I will say, yeah, onsen for half an hour. I did not, my last time in Japan, while I didn't do the public onsens, I booked a room with a private onsen. So it's kind of like I don't know, slightly larger than a bathtub onsen. And I did enjoy that, but I was also there in March, which was cold out. This trip, it fluctuated between 80 degrees and 63-degree rain. The dates I would have been at an onsen would have been 80-degree days, and I don't really want to sit in a hot water, no matter how relaxing, at 80 degrees. Sorry, hot water. It's not my thing. I have to accept that, internalize that, and embrace it going forward. So that kind of goes to like, I made a list. I made a list here of things to talk about. I can sprinkle in different stuff. I have the first block here. So traveling alone, different now. A little easier now. Well, it's funny because like before I had my Rick Steves Europe through the back door travel guide. And like when trying to figure out to go, I just like read through that travel guide and like, oh, look, he mentioned this cool restaurant in the basement of this one building in this German town. Let's go there. And effectively, I was just doing the same thing now, except instead of a Rick Steves guide, it's Google Maps, which is definitely a different vibe. Because there it was like, here's this kind of cool undiscovered place. And with Google Maps or TikTok or TripAdvisor or wherever you get your travel recommendations from, everything that's top rated that you find is going to be, generally speaking, crowded or full or need reservations, unless you hit some like off season or some off moments. At least for me, that takes some of the sparkle out of it when it's just like, oh, I'm here with 35 other Americans or Australians or Spaniards, as the case may be, and we're all trying to get to the same donut place. Cool. Let's not wait in line for I'm Donut and go somewhere else. Now, okay, side note, I ran to most of the people I ran to who were not Japanese on this trip. And by that, I mean not Japanese people. Were for some reason predominantly Spanish. Not like Latin American, but like Spanish, with a sprinkling of Australians. And that was like the majority of who I ran into who was also traveling, which was just kind of mildly funny. I heard way more Spanish on this trip than I expected. It was my big surprise. And it reactivated the 3 years of Spanish I took in high school. Like, uh-oh, I froze. There we go. The 3 years Spanish I took in high school. I'm like, I recognize some of those words. Oh, that reminded me of something, and then I forgot it, and it slipped my mind. It's gone. I'm sorry, everybody. So one thing I noticed while traveling is traveling alone versus traveling with a okay, yeah, I did run into more Chinese, but I think for me that was for some reason that was expected. Like running into people from China or South Korea was a little more expected, just because those are geographically closer, right? Like much closer to Japan than Spain or Canada. Australia, maps.google.com. Australia is still pretty far. Australia's on the other side of the hemisphere. Oh yeah. Australia's at like minus 45 latitude. That's good. 15,000 kilometers. Then again, that's true for Australia anywhere. RIP, rip Australia. One thing I noticed traveling alone versus traveling with a partner or with a group, and this hit me a lot. Usually afternoon, usually around dinner time, was just decision fatigue. I didn't think about how much it would hit me. But when you're home or you're in an American city, if you're American, or Canadian city, if you're Canadian, or whatever your country is, there's some things you do not have to think about too deeply to decide. Like right now, if I'm like, oh, I need to get dinner, right? Like I could pick a place pretty easily. Like it may not be good, it may be just okay, but I can without much effort pick a place. With Japan, it was a bit harder because each decision required the calculus of like, how much Japanese do I know? Do they take reservations? Are they open? Which is dicey in some cases. Do they have food that I would like? Like, I don't like seafood. There, I just said it. Sorry, everybody. Throwing it out there. Generally speaking, I don't like seafood. And generally speaking, I don't like meat. I try to eat vegetarian. And that was another wrinkle. Another deep wrinkle. And so like each decision for food or anything required some sort of like level of research and thinking about, which usually by the time I hit dinner, it was rough. I was like, I'm not going to eat. I'm going to get something from the 7-Eleven, or I'm going to I started doing instead. I started having big lunches instead, and then kind of coasting through dinner, which realistically, given the walking like 10 kilometers a day or so, probably not the best choice. I recovered by the end. It was fine. I started leaning into going to more dessert places and cafes were my go-to. Love of coffee is universal. And sometimes you just want to hit that Persona 5 coffee shop in the back alley, which I did get to a couple times, which is nice. But man, that decision fatigue is rough. And one thing, favorite meal of the trip. Do I have it here? Look at my photos. I took photos of food, but oh no, they weren't saved in my... They're on my phone, which is currently loaded with the old VTube Studio. Favorite meal of the trip. God, it's hard. There's some meals I like just because they hit at the right moment. I think probably the best one, which, oh, you know what? I might have this. Let me open up Discord here and scroll up in Discord and find. It's probably posted food. Desserts. I think by far my favorite is always will be and always is dessert foods. So I had one that was a lot, which was the honey toast cube. Was really good. The other was, so I'm trying to think of wacky ways to get photos easily here, and the answer is there's not. It's probably about photo sharing. I didn't plan that out. I had some souffle pancakes that were really good. I do love a good souffle pancake. Mostly because they're so hard to make that it's nice to have someone else cook them for you. Let's see. I have to open this up and save it and do something weird. so much scrolling. What have I done? That was like the middle of my trip. I didn't go for any kaiseki type meals this time around because I don't think I'm as food motivated as other people might be. Like I enjoy good food, but I'm not like, it's not a make or break it sort of thing. Yeah, I didn't try the AI translators. The Google Translate camera photo thing for signs, great, fantastic. I definitely recommend that. And in line with that, getting an eSIM with a dedicated data plan, also great. Not having to pay like, well, I have AT&T for better or worse. Terrible fees for using data. It was like $18 for the whole trip to have effectively all the data I needed. Oh my gosh. What am I doing? Oh, well, all right. Yeah, so I had oh, I can't find this. Sorry, everybody, you're not getting a photo. So souffle pancake, I had a couple that were disappointing, and one that was just like the lightest, fluffiest pancake I've ever had. It was absolutely fantastic. Sorry, make sure chat's rendering right. Chat is rendering small. Chatting overlay, unlock. Oh no. There you go, chatting chat, that's what you're called. Let's see if that's better. Yes. So there's this honey toast, which is essentially like a loaf of bread, like a shokopan type loaf of bread that's hollowed out, torn into like bread bits, and covered in like butter and honey, and then topped with like ice cream. I got one that had like whipped cream, bananas, and chocolate on it. It was great. Definitely worth the like $5, whatever the price translates. That was the other thing. Like the currency exchange rate for American dollars, plus the general cheapness of food in Japan, made all meals just like so cheap. You know, I'm gonna just find a not me photo because I didn't. Oh wait, I think I might have a way to transfer these photos from my iPad. Oh my god. I thought like, oh, let me set up a USB drive to transfer photos. Like, I'll need that. I'm like, nah, I'll just use iCloud. And now I'm like, I should use USB. Okay, library. Yeah, I think I put that. Oh, wait. I found a place where I was sharing photos with a smaller group with less chat here. Okay, I'm gonna talk about my pizza bun, my deeply offensive pizza bun. One thing I have a lot in Japan, like every now, like that swings in quality. Save image. That swings in quality back and forth is coffee. I've had some like not good coffee, but I've also had some like the best coffee I've ever had in Japan. Save that burrito. Cutlet. Tart was good. Oh, you know what? I'll save this one. This one also is really good. I'm just looking at my food photos. Where's the shokopan? It's called, here it is. Yeah, it's called honey toast. Is the name of the dessert. It was in Akihabara. I think I've seen a couple places. It's part of the, I can find it on a map, but the whatchamacallit? It's in the same location that had a collab cafe. Here's honey toast. Oh god, it's so big. Let's shrink this down before I blind everybody. Shrink. Oh no, where'd my shrink handles go? Oh god. If I shrink it too much, I can't rescale. This is like a big tease. These are my OBS skills. Honey toast debut. So here's the honey toast. So it's got the bread itself. Inside is just essentially, I can't see myself. Right. This is the outfit people want. Inside is like torn up bread chunks, kind of like how you tear it for like a stuffing or something. The but coated in like a honey butter. But also some more honey at the bottom there. And then it's just like ice cream, cream, banana slices, and something white chocolate flakes. Oh, it was great. I also got a honey latte in the background there. That was great. This one, definitely wonderful. Definitely enjoyed it. It hit the right moment. This was like I needed breakfast. I was about to have a long day. It was raining out and cold. And the weird part is like I was the only person in the cafe. And that was the odd thing that happened sometimes. Because I was eating at odd hours, given my sleep schedule. Also, what I considered regular times did not match up with Japan. The big one that hit me hard is non-chain coffee shops all opened at like 11 a.m. I wanted coffee before 11 a.m. So sometimes I'd have to, well, I ended up just buying blendy sticks and instant coffee in my hotel room or my Airbnb and just making coffee there. So that was the honey toast. That was great. The other one, well, where's that souffle pancake? Here's something that's good. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try properties. Nope. Thanks OBS, that doesn't work. Oh my god, we're gonna have to just each time, aren't we? This was a souffle pancake in. So yeah, so there's two pancakes folded over. This was in Takayama, so it's kind of in the kind of the mountains between northwest of Tokyo, between Tokyo and the Sea of Japan. If you just draw a northwest line, this was in a back alley place, kind of off the main touristy strip. It took like 20 minutes to make, but it was great. It was like this old, kind of this cafe was like, oh my god, okay, I gotta move myself. It's bothering me that my face is cut off. There we go. Feel better. This cafe was like in a back alley. I do love back alley cafes, and it was like an old, I'm not gonna say samurai house. It was an old house, so you kind of go in through a hall, like house entry hallway, and then you got there's branching off of that. There's like all these like small individual rooms, like with two tables. It was very low key, very quiet, and these pancakes are just like, it was like the ingredient list was like rice flour, ricotta, and egg, and that was all that went into it. Oh, the lightest, fluffiest pancakes of the trip. Always encourage and love a good souffle pancake. Other things I don't have photos of, I love croquettes in all forms. Just give me a nice fried croquette, and I'll be a happy fox boy. The other one I really enjoyed was over here. Okay, it's gonna get big again. Bam. This is a curry katsu that was in Kanazawa. It doesn't look great, I'll give you that much. This is a place called Curry Labs in the market there that I highly recommend. It's fast, good service, delicious food, cheap price. And it's like a local version of curry that's a little spicier. It's called a black curry with rice, and then I'm not normally a huge cutlet person, but this one was fantastic. So this is another top meal of the trip. Actually, when I was eating this, I was like one of the first people when they opened up for dinner. So it was me and like two other people at the counter bar. And when in the middle of eating this, someone else came in and ordered just the curry and the rice. And the guy cooking it asked in effectively English, like, weren't you here for lunch? And the guy was just like, yes, I was also here for lunch, and now I'm here again for dinner. And like, I understand. Sometimes you have a meal and you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna come back here. I'll come back here again, and it's gonna be great. It was like $10, $8, and it came with a beer. It was wonderful. So there were some definitely good meals on the trip. There's also some that were just okay, and some moments were just like, I am going to eat onigiri, some onigiri and pocky, and that's gonna be my meal for the day. I'm done with the world. I'm gonna go into my pajamas in my bed and huddle around my iPad and watch anime. And you know what? It's your vacation. You do what you want to do. No one can stop you. Especially if you're traveling by yourself, no one can stop you. for better or worse. You're like, I'm just gonna not do anything, and no one can say anything about it until I'm on stream and I out myself. But probably the one thing. So part of the so just double checking. I didn't have any other food. Oh, I did at one point crave Mexican food, so I did find a Tex-Mex place in Kanazawa or Takayama, and I actually went and got a veggie burrito, and I gotta say, beat my expectations for veggie burrito in Japan. So good job, Evil Tex in Takayama City. That was a pretty good burrito, decent guacamole. I was full by the time I ate the salad. So that's one where you hit a point of traveling, and you have to ask yourself important questions like, am I eating this food because I feel like some sort of societal obligation to eat like traditional authentic foods, or am I eating it because I like it? And for me, that definitely hit like day 5 or 6 of the trip. I had that talk with myself about whether I'm eating things because I feel like I should or because I want to. And so, and I'm like, you know what? Let me switch my mindset and just go for foods I want to eat in the moment and not try to be like, oh, I'm in Japan, I have to eat all these traditional classic meals that everyone always talks about. And it's like, no, I'm gonna eat what I want. I'm gonna eat counter ramen. I'm gonna eat Indian food. I'm gonna try this Tex-Mex place. I'm gonna get a bunch of desserts. I'm gonna get some onigiri. And what's one? Pizza buns from Family Mart, which deeply offended some people. To which I say, pizza buns have a place in my heart, and I'll never fight them. Had a lot of good ramen. I mean, I think that's kind of, I don't know, expected, but like expected. But I did have to learn the etiquette protocol for how to eat at, I'm just gonna move OBS over here so I stop looking to the side. So I stopped eating, or not stopping. The etiquette protocol for eating at ramen bars, it's once you get the hang of it, you're like, oh, this is intuitive, it makes sense. But when you don't speak the language, it's always like, it always adds a barrier. And like, I got by the last trip with only like knowing 3 or 4 expressions in Japan. Mostly it was a lot of nodding, a lot of smiling, a lot of being patient, and kind of looking lightly confused about every situation. And that worked for me. No one assumed I spoke Japanese. I have been studying kanji for like a year, and I think that has helped in reading some signs, but speaking it, no. Conversational, no. Enough to point and pronounce things, perhaps pronounce it enough. I lived, that's what matters, because I lived. I'm gonna share it. Oh, I got this photo. Where'd this photo go? One of the best, because we're on the topic of food, one of the best coffees I had, here we go. Bah. Oh, that drag and drop failed. Thanks, Windows. One of the best coffees I had came out of this van. This is parked in front of the Tokyo, the National Museum in Tokyo. Just a guy with an espresso machine in a van. And it could have been I just needed coffee at that moment. Maybe it was truly a good coffee, but highly appreciated this one. This one saved me on my last day. And besides, getting a coffee made out of the back of a van, always going to be good. Whatever situation you're in, if there's coffee being served out of some wacky vehicle or building, it's probably what you need. Probably what you need that moment in time. Let's see what else I got for food wise. Ate some things that were passable. Is that food? No, that's not food. There we go. I made ramen. I took a cooking class. This is ramen that I participated in the crafting of this ramen, making the broth, preparing the bamboo, the meat, the eggs, the oil. So we did all that. That was a cooking class. Yeah. It's from ramen. Pretty heavy meat base. Will I make ramen myself? Outside of instant ramen? We'll see. Not this week. I'll tell you that much. Not this week. Let's see. Talked about those things. Oh, can I strike through this list and feel like, no, I can't strike through. So I guess I could go over, I probably could, should have gone over where I went. So let me open this up here. Close this. Maps.google.com. All right, we're gonna try to share a browser window. God help me. Okay, please don't out where I currently am, Google. That'd be great. Okay, I'm not signed in. Perfect. All right. People in the world say, what good is Microsoft Edge? To which I say, it's great for sharing things because you don't use it, so it has no personal information. God, I just double checked real quick. That was true. So I want to do is, where I went. Okay, so I'm here. Scooch. Perfect. It's gonna be mostly going on memory here. Oh, the ramen. I mean, the noodles take like 4 minutes. I think it was like 2 hours. We made the broth, which was like probably hour-ish. What took the longest was to make the oil. So we did either recipe behind me, but to make the oil, you're essentially infusing a bunch of oils together with some like chicken skin drippings or something, and then that takes like a couple hours to reduce down. But then once you have like, I mean, yeah, it's getting the stock, making your stock, and making the oil or buying the oil are the two like longest steps. Otherwise, it's like you throw everything in a bowl together. Like once you have the base ingredients done, it's like you toss it together in a bowl, and you're happy with that. Oh, good. I can see my mouse as well. Oh, perfect. Oh God, don't pop up things personally. So where I went to 4 places, mostly. Tokyo. I spent 8 days, 9 days in Tokyo. So I landed in Tokyo. I got to say, this trip, so this is my second time in Japan. My sense of Japanese or Tokyo geography greatly improved. So I like took a lot of subway. I think I just like trains. I like taking trains and subways. They're fun. They're fun to navigate. They're fun to get where you are on foot. Except during rush hour. During rush hour, if you go to Japan, I've not been to Japan before, take the metro during rush hour. Do it once to experience it, and then be like, you know what? That was an experience. Never again. So where I went, I stayed in 2 places when I first landed in Narita, which, by the way, Narita, like Haneda Airport right here, you know, that's a reasonable distance from Tokyo. Narita is like way over here. It is so far away. It's like an hour, and you're just like, when you get off your flight and you're so tired and you got to take an hour train on top of that, you're just like, So I stayed in Shinjuku City for the first part, and then for the first few days in Tokyo, went elsewhere. And when I came back to Tokyo, I was staying in Taito City, so like right above Ueno, so kind of up in this area. I was like, I was like around Iriya Station. So I was like right here. So I was near one station here, and that's my advice. I didn't take this advice to heart when I was booking some of these places. Staying next to a connected train station is so nice. Like, you don't have to do it, but like I was a block from a train station for Iriya Station here. I was doing a lot of trips to Akihabara. Easy. That was nice. When I was in Shinjuku City. So here's Shinjuku Station. I was over here, in this area. So I was about a 10-minute walk from the closest station, or a 15, 20-minute walk to Shinjuku Station. And that felt a bit far. Like after you're walking all day, after you've been like, you're hoofing it around, or you have your luggage and you're just trying to check in or check out, having like a 10, 20-minute walk when it's 80 degrees out, if you're going in like May, or it's raining in May. It feels long and you just don't want to do it. So that's something that I noticed. I like both areas. I will say I liked this area of Shinjuku a bit off from the main set. It was kind of nice. It was fairly quiet. Probably actually my favorite Airbnb I stayed in on the trip was in here. It's more like a long form apartment more than a hostel or a hotel room. So I had like a little kitchenette and probably like a nice Japanese bathroom setup, which is super nice. Except for the 10-minute walk everywhere. And then in Taito City, I was in a traditional townhouse. This is in Taito City, over here. Ooh, I zoomed out too much. So over here, I was in a traditional townhouse, which close to the station, which is nice. Across the street from a bakery. Highly recommend. Always stay next to a bakery. You're never going to regret staying next to a bakery. I for sure didn't regret staying next to this bakery. And next to a 7-Eleven, also a bonus. But it was a traditional Japanese building. I'm on the taller side. I'm on the taller side of things. It doesn't look it. I don't have legs. But I hit my head on so many things in that traditional house. The staircases were so narrow. There were just the cross beams were at eye level. It was I don't normally curse. I don't really curse at all. Hitting my head on these things caused me to curse, notably to myself. And I was like, wow, this is unusual. I normally don't do this. Alas, bashing my head on things repeatedly, days in a row, apparently gets to me. That's a lesson, important lesson there. Location though, great. Check-in, check-out of the Airbnbs, wonderful. I've had more fraught check-in experiences, more fraught check-out experiences in American Airbnbs, or hotels, Airbnbs in like Switzerland or Europe. Japan, great. If you're looking to book places in Japan, consider Airbnbs. I'm saying this solely as a consumer, but the process was good. The lodgings were better. You have like a kitchenette and like a refrigerator. You usually have a lot more like cooking supplies if you need them. So I recommend those. Now, saying that, it could be the case that like Airbnbs are a blight upon the city and the bane of people who actually live there, which, if true, I am deeply sorry to everyone in Tokyo. However, one of the places I'm like, oh, I booked this Airbnb, and I got there and it's like the building was labeled Hotel Shoe, and I'm like, okay, the building's labeled hotel. This is clearly not like problematic. So I split the trip into two, and Tokyo into two. So I try to focus mostly in the Shinjuku, Harajuku, Nakano Broadway area for the first half, and the second half try to stay more in the Akihabara, Ueno, down to Odaiba half of the city. Mostly just get like to constrain things. Yeah, the price wasn't cheaper. I'd say the prices were about par between the hotels I was looking at and the Airbnbs, but I was not looking at the what do you call them? The business hotels. Like you can get like a Japanese business hotel close in Akihabara, in Shinjuku, in Shibuya, wherever you want, for cheaper. Oh, for sure, for like way cheaper. But I did that my last time in Japan, and those rooms are small. And I was traveling with a partner for the first time I did that, and they were too small for two people recovering from jet lag together. Now on my own, probably would have been fine, but I did like having, it's probably the American in me. I did like having a little bit more space of the Airbnbs, having just like a little kitchenette, having a little entryway, place to put your shoes, dresser to put your clothes in. It was a little bit nicer at the Airbnbs. But I didn't stay in Airbnbs everywhere, just in Japan, just in Tokyo. So those are the first two areas I stayed in. And then I got on the old, well, I had some day trips, which I can talk about in a bit. Then I got on the old Shinkansen, and I did the northern loop, the Hokuriku. So there you can see there, the Hokuriku line is like blasted up to Kanazawa. So this is like a little Shinkansen, past Gunma, through Nagano, up to the coast. Saw the Sea of Japan. First time seeing the Sea of Japan, so that was a win. Check one ocean off my list. Through Toyama to Kanazawa. So the reason I came to Kanazawa, two parts. One, my last trip to Japan, I did the Kyoto area. So my first trip to Japan was Tokyo, Kyoto. I think that's just like, you're legally required to do that as your first trip to Japan. Maybe throw in Osaka and Nara if you're feeling spicy. To my defense, I also stayed in Garo my first trip, or Garo's over here. Garo my first trip, and stayed in a Buddhist monastery in the mountains around here. That was 2018. That was a different trip, different travel. So I stayed in Kanazawa. My main draw for Kanazawa was one. It was a preserved city. So like Kyoto, it had all the old buildings still. Okay, it had some of the old buildings. Some were recreated. But it had Kenroku Gardens. One of the things I like doing while traveling, which this trip highlighted for me, was I enjoy photography. And I enjoy, probably if I say night photography and like nature photography more than anything, mostly because people are scary. And so photography are just right out. So the trip was planned around visiting 2 gardens in May. One is the Ashikawa Flower Park, north of Tokyo. Oh God, I lost my window. So that's up here. Tokyo's there. Up in this area. Oh, pinned down. It was at 2 hours north of Tokyo. And I went there to hit the wisteria. They had a huge wisteria bloom, huge wisteria park. And that was super cool. That was worth potential issues I ran into. And then Kenroku over in Kanazawa was labeled as one of the 3 great parks of Japan, which I honestly, there's Kenroku, which I honestly, I like the flower park better. There, I said it. This is Kenroku is more of the tradition. I'd say, I'm gonna get in trouble probably for saying this. It's more of like the traditional planned gardens that I associate with Chinese gardens. I know there's probably a long history, and I'm probably saying something terrible, but you know what? That's what it felt like to me. It felt more like a Chinese garden in terms of how it was planned and laid out, and the flow about it, and the thought behind what went into it. So I actually liked it a bit less than I expected, but what it also had next door, which I did enjoy, had an old samurai castle. And let's be honest here. Look at me. I'm a VTuber. Come on. Samurai castle, right up my alley. Get a good samurai castle photo here. I guess I can put the gardens in as well. So they had a bunch. There's an old samurai castle here that they rebuilt large parts of. So like, oh, that was the right size. So like, here's one of the bridges into the samurai castle park. Oh, way over here. So they rebuilt it in the traditional style. Got these bridges. It was super cool. They opened it up at night every Saturday in the summer and other select days. I guess I wish to remove this, but like, it was pretty cool. They rebuilt it. I thought I had a picture of the daytime. Maybe I didn't save it. And kind of rebuilt it in the traditional style. And it was neat. It was cool. I enjoyed it a lot. My hotel is right next to it. This is a place I was staying in a traditional, wait, no. Delete this. Delete that. I was staying in a higher end hotel. So it was a little more service. It was traditional Japanese room with tatami mats. And I realized like, it was too much service for me. I kind of like the benign neglect of Airbnbs of like, you check in anonymously through a lockbox. The things are set up and no one comes by to check on you. There's no service. There's no cleaning, and you're just like left alone for your 3, 4, 5 days until you check out anonymously. That appeals to me much more. Also, Airbnbs, another pro for them. Both of them I stayed in had washing machines and dryers with detergent provided. That was super nice. That was really nice. I fully enjoyed that. Here's another part of the Samurai Park. It's cool. It's just a cool tree. What can I say? Just a tree. Kanazawa also had a nice river. Well, I'm just gonna drag photos in here now. You can't stop me. I had a bottle of sake on hand and almost threw it. Now you're all gonna have to suffer. This is my stream. You're here now. You can't leave. Or please don't leave. Here we go. Here's more of the castle. Okay, here's the photo I was looking for. So we got this castle, got a moat. The roof tiles are made of lead or lead coated, which to me is deeply wild. But I guess when you got lead, you use lead, I guess. The one thing that's apparently this region is known for gold. And I guess minerals in general. So a lot of lead, a lot of gold leaf on things. Gold leaf, very popular. So I stayed there for a couple days. Then I took a bus, which is always exciting. I went to Shirakawa-go, which is the old traditional grass house type village in the middle of the mountains. Then Shirakawa-go. Then I took a bus and I stayed in Takayama for 2 days. Takayama is another traditional type city. They have a huge festival, Matsuri festival in spring and fall where they parade these giant floats around. I wasn't there for that. I missed that by a month. The timing didn't work out because it would have overlapped with Golden Week, which I did not particularly want to overlap with, even though I did land during Golden Week, but I landed the last day of Golden Week. So all the tourism was a little bit depressed for a while, which made traveling nicer. So a week or two after Golden Week, great time to visit Japan. Golden Week itself, debatable. So Takayama. So one thing, so I planned this trip out, and then from here I just took a train through Garo, through Gifu to Nagoya, and then to Shinkansen back to Tokyo. One thing I learned after I booked this trip, after I had everything planned, Shirakawa-go is the basis for one of my favorite anime of Hirogashi, which I 100% didn't realize until I was like, oh, what are some anime locations in Tokyo or like in the area I could visit? Which, by the way, if you're an anime fan and you're going to Japan, I highly recommend looking up locations of your favorite anime and visiting them because it's just neat. So I'm like, oh, Shirakawa-go is the basis for one of my favorite anime. That's kind of neat. And then where the heck did the photo go? Oh my God, I see the problem. My photos aren't sorted out by time. So like I went to a gift shop on top of this little hill above this traditional grass hut town, and they just had like cutouts of all the characters that are signed. They had posters. They had a bunch of merch for sale that I've never seen anywhere else. Like this was merch that was like only available here. Oh yeah. I saw the golden question. OBS is not scrolling me to the bottom message here. And my body's blocking the message. That's fine. Golden Week is busier because everyone in Japan is traveling around. If what I read is correct, everyone leaves Tokyo at the start of Golden Week to go visit not Tokyo places, and everyone comes back at the end. So traveling within Japan, I heard, is rough, but realistically, it was fine. Probably be fine whatever you do. The first time I visited Japan was during cherry blossoms, and I think that has colored my vision about what crowded means and what busy means. So everything after going during peak cherry blossoms is like easy peasy. So Shirakawa-go, basis for Higurashi. It has some like, which for me was a delightful thing. Like here's the actual town for Hinamizawa. So all the traditional houses. You can look down. get a prophecy from a small blue-haired child. It's fun to visit. I visited for 4 hours, I think, but it was raining the whole time. It was raining the whole time. My shoes got wet and I was a bit cold. So not my 2.5 hours. If you're going to go to Chicago, 2.5 hours, pretty good. 2.5 hours, pretty good. 4 hours, a bit on the long side. I did have a funny interaction though when I went to, they had the National Historic Site. Do I have a picture of it? I got photos, windows. Okay, that's another Hirogashi photo. They got a bridge. I thought I had, there we go. So like traditional grass thatched little water wheel. If part of it's like, so here's like close up the thatching. I've seen thatch houses before. Like I've seen thatched roof houses in England. And I think there are some things, I'm gonna say this. If you've seen it once, the first time it's super neat and well worth seeing. Like seeing thatched roof things close up, super cool. But then like the novelty wears off a little bit and you're like, aside from, I mean, the history side of it's like how people live is kind of cool, but like people with thatched roof houses in Japan lives kind of similar to people with thatched roof houses in like other places. Delete the photo. Here's Rika's house, actually exists. For any Higurashi fans in chat. But when I was going to, what is this photo? Oh my God, Windows open faster. There was a comedy of errors when I went to buy tickets to get into this oh boy. Yeah, bees, definitely. I had a thatched roof house, a thatched roof building in Costa Rica, and bats nested up in the thatching, which was kind of fun. Not bees, not trypophobia, but bats. Bats are just kind of cool and fun anyway. So I was going to pay. This is like, you have your travel bag, you have your pockets full of different currencies and notes. And I went to pay for this ticket to get into this place. It was like 800 yen, 400 yen, let's say. And it was a comedy of errors of just like, first off, I pulled off all my coins. I didn't have enough coins. I put the coins away. And I'm like, I have 1,000 yen bill in my pocket. And I kept pulling out pieces of paper, like one piece of paper, oh, that's a receipt. I put it back. Pull another piece of paper. It's a receipt. I put it back. Third piece of paper, a pamphlet. I put it back. Fourth piece of paper, a map I got earlier in the village. I had put it back. And eventually, after like a good solid minute of me just like rustling through all my pockets, looking for a 1,000 yen bill, I was actually able to pay this the guy selling the tickets for the historical site. But it hit the point of turning into a comedy bit where I was laughing at how many times I had to fish into my pockets as a tourist, and he was also finding it pretty funny how long this was taking me to pay. It probably helped that no one else was in line and just the two of us in there, and neither of us spoke the other's language. But it was a deep moment of connection between me and this ticket teller of, I have too many things in my pockets. A deep problem I didn't overcome. Eventually I just like grabbed everything and just pulled everything out onto the counter and sorted through it. Better than being embarrassed. There's somewhere that happens and you're super embarrassed and like flustered. This was just like pure comedy. This is a stand-up routine at this point. But anyway, Chicago. Recommend it. It was fun. They had a luggage, a luggage storage service. So you can just drop your bags off for a couple hours for like 500 yen. In case you're due, what I did, we just travel between places. Takayama. I just kind of stayed in Takayama, wandered around the old town area. And back to old Tokyo. Got off track. Oh, I did want to show Ashikawa Flower Park. Oh my God, am I getting the name right? Yeah, Ashikawa Flower Park. That is not. Ashikaga. I knew I was off by a little bit. So it's up here. It's about 2 hours. It's 2 hours north of Tokyo, which is a fair distance at the end of a long day. End of the long day, because I wanted to go during their night viewing. So when the wisterias are in bloom, maybe other times during the year, they open up the gardens at night to 9 p.m., which is super cool. Taking pictures of parks at night, perfect, wonderful experience. So they have like these wisteria tunnels of just like blooming wisteria hanging down, colors not rendering right on OBS. Thanks OBS for ruining my color balancing. That's fine. That's fine, buddy. But then as the sun started setting, I was able to see like these giant wisterias getting underlit. Oh my God, move myself over. So this was like, I was going to do this in the second half of my trip, but I bumped it up for like day 2 or 3 because I had energy and I felt like doing it. And I'm glad I did because the wisteria were almost at the end of their life. We had these really cool kind of like viewing pools around some of these large, like this here is one wisteria for this whole area. It's one wisteria like this with like one thick old trunk, bunch of blooms getting underlit. You can see, you could see with the raindrops, it was raining a little bit. I bought one 500 yen umbrella that hard carried me through this entire trip. I'm just gonna upload some other one. Like here's a smaller wisteria. Kind of reflection. This trip to be highlighted and reminded me how much I like night photography. I did buy a new lens for my camera. I have a 35mm equivalent as my kind of go-to lens, dated. But then I bought a 20mm equivalent pancake lens for this trip at the very, very start. Used, so it's like half price. Beautiful, half price. And use that for the trip. And so it's like an f2, so it's nice and fast. And that's one of the things this trip did for me, is like let me think about and introspect and ask myself, like, what do I actually enjoy about traveling? And what have I been doing just kind of go through the motions? And so like desserts, coffee, cafes, love those. Themed things, so like anything anime related, absolutely great. Went to the Ghibli Museum. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna keep saying Ghibli. I'm gonna mispronounce it to the day I die. I went to the Ghibli Museum. Fantastic. Flower Park, wonderful. Taking photos, night photos. Love night photos. Please. Yes, move this. Move this. Oh, sorry, just delete all these things I just load up at OBS. Or gets mad at me. Like Shinjuku night photos, great. Good times had by all. Shinjuku in the rain night photos. Oh, that has some signs I probably shouldn't have on stream. Shinjuku night photos, wonderful. Wrong window. I'm so confident in myself. Definitely things I enjoyed doing. Guided tours up to a point I enjoyed. So I did a couple tours I booked through whatever TripAdvisor's tour booking doohickey is. Definitely enjoyed those. 70% hit rate on enjoying those. Here's a night. I'm just gonna throw some photos up here as I'm talking. This is actually my phone background now. But some things I did not enjoy, or not, didn't enjoy is perhaps too strong of a word. Things that I canceled or rescheduled, and I'm glad I did. Onsens and ryokens. I don't think I enjoy doing those again on my own. I would do them again if I was with somebody or with a group who really wanted to do it. I think being with a group of people or another person or several other people or meeting friends, for me at least, changes what I enjoy doing and what I want to do. But on my own, at least, I wouldn't do some of these, like those things again. Fancy meals, not really. Give me some like fried food. Give me some ramen. Give me. Okay, that's about it. I hit a couple festival stalls, which is fun. But there's some things that are fun to do by yourself. Some things that are fun to do in group. Finding that balance is important for an individual, right? You can't just like take my word for it. Crepes are another thing I had. I was traveling around. What else did I not do or cancel myself? Oh, one thing I know I don't like, I've known this for years. I knew this for decades. I had to do it a lot growing up as a kid. Parades. I don't like parades. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All those 4th of Julys as a child, watching parades, Thanksgiving parade. No, not my thing. Not my thing in America. Not my thing in Japan. Not my thing anywhere. I'm sorry, parades. You're not for me. Okay, where's my list here of talky talk things? So I talked about that. I didn't talk about that. Other things I like doing. Honestly, I just like walking around. I enjoy walking through cities, walking through parks, walking through some nature areas. Not hiking. Hiking is very different. But a nice walk on a flat area where you can have like some shade. You're not too hot. You're not too cold. You can stop for like a cafe. You can stop for desserts. Kind of meander around, walk through back alleys, walk through back streets. Love it. It helps Japan. Super safe. I never felt not safe, which is not the case in some other cities I've been in, or other, not cities, other rural areas. Oof. Rural areas are creepy. Sorry. Not sorry. Talked about that. Check. So yes, it's one thing, a trip planning philosophy I've always had. I can say within the last non-negligible fraction of my life, it was always had. I always try to book or plan to do things that I don't know if I'll like or not. And that way to like actually decide like, oh, do I like this sort of thing? It's like, oh, do I like all-inclusive resorts? Oh, do I like guided tours? Do I like maid cafes? And then trying them out and learning a bit about yourself, like, oh, I really do like this, or I don't like this, or what do I don't like? Like I learned all-inclusive resorts, not really my thing. Cruise ships, these big cruise ships, not really my thing. Guided tours, like a day tour, yeah, kind of into it for certain types of tours. Cooking classes, I love cooking classes. Give me one thing on every trip I want to do, cooking class, hands down, great. Super fancy meals, not really my thing. Wacky art exhibits. Oh wow. Sorry, I hid behind my microphone. My sync got thrown off. Wacky art exhibits. I like wacky art exhibits. I went to the I'm gonna categorize Team Labs as a wacky art exhibit. Don't at me. I went to Team Labs Planets. It was fantastic. I loved the experience. I enjoyed the kind of out there wackiness of it. The visual spectacle of it combined with some of the sensory aspects, because you have to be, so in Team Labs Planets, it's like this it's not interactive, but you're walking through a series of rooms that have a bunch of, oh, I have photos, have a bunch of lights or God, that's not the way to say it. So you're walking through hallways that are illuminated like this, that are dark, and you're barefoot. I think that's the key part that throws a lot of people off, at least Americans, is you start off by taking off your shoes, hiking up your pants, and you walk uphill through like the stream of water. There's a little paragraph about being a sensory experience. I think it's honestly making sure people's feet are cleaned before going to the exhibits. I think it's one of those secret things. And then you're walking through, and it has like one room. It has a bunch of like LED strings hanging from the ceiling. So like the floor, ceiling, and walls are all mirrored, and there's a bunch of warnings about the floor being mirrored. Like if you need shorts, can you loan your pair of shorts for this mirrored floor? So like a bunch of strings, LED strings hanging from the ceiling with like different light displays, and you kind of take photos of them at interesting angles, and the colors change and go through a bunch of light projector sort of stuff. They have this. I'm gonna open up, make sure my reflection's not in it real quick. Okay, don't think my reflector's not in this one. All these outdoor exhibit with all these reflective nuggets, I guess, and moss and mist, which is kind of cool. One with a bunch of flowers, which I don't have a picture on hand. Like an hour or two experience. It was kind of cool. It was kind of wacky. I think I enjoyed it for what it was and what they were trying to do. I think I'm gonna admit this, I kind of enjoyed it for the reactions of other people. So like not getting it or being like, oh, is this art sort of thing? Great. Fantastic to overhear those sorts of conversations. So it's just neat. It's kind of wacky. It's like going to a modern art museum. You kind of embrace it for what it is, and you're just like, this is wild. Team Labs, great. I'll do that again. Other theme museum was the Ghibli Museum. Which was a pain to get tickets for, by the by. If you enjoy waiting in online queues to maybe get tickets to maybe go do something, 10 out of 10 experience. You can't take photos inside, which I appreciate. The whole point is like, don't take photos inside. They're kind of like, just experience it for what it is. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's right, Ghibli Museum. But you take photos outside. So here's outside. That was a really fun day trip out of Tokyo. If you're able to make that, definitely recommend that one. Close that one. Other things I did, like I enjoyed, like I went to the Gundam City in Odaiba. Here's a Gundam. One Gundam. And at the top floor of this building is a huge Gundam kind of, not museum. It's like half museum, half gift shop, half shop, which was super cool. And I'm not a Gundam fan. Like I've seen Witch from Mercury, and that's it. But if you're like really into Gundams, like this would be like 10 out of 10 experience. So that was fun. I enjoyed that. I think also just like being next to a giant, I assume to scale Gundam, you're like, it really highlights that if you were actually fighting a war and someone showed up in this, you'd just be like, well, I'm done. Let's just give up. Let's just give up on this side. What's this photo? Photo. Daiba. Here's Harajuku. Akihabara. Oh no. Oh god. Sorry, I moved myself. Akihabara. A lot of ads for, it's funny, Genshin Impact, Withering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero throughout that Akihabara. But I went there a couple times. Now, so one thing I learned about myself is I probably am not going to get into figurine collecting. I made a couple trips. I kind of went on this trip expecting to spend like $500,000, some obscene amount of money, just like this is where I'm going to get into figurines. But it just I never found any at the price that made me be like, yeah, here it is. This is the moment I get into this. And I checked a bunch of places in Akihabara and Nakano Broadway. I think there's one figurine that I wanted to get, that I've wanted to get for a while now. That's for an anime from like 15 years ago. $11 years ago. There was one figurine made for it, and it's only available used. And I was hoping, I've seen it on eBay, and it's like a bit expensive on eBay. I was hoping to find it used in Tokyo, and I found one version of it, but it was triple the price as eBay. And I was like, that's it. That's my sign. That's my sign to not get into figurines. I'll stick with my acrylic standees and my Nendoroids. I bought some t-shirts though. I got t-shirts and one Shion standee from the Higurashi shop. Terribly out of order now. Flower bark. Got that. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Yes. Oh, I don't have it in this photo. Here's another Akihabara. I had it just at Santa time with Genshin Impact out in the corner. I had a couple festivals that were crowded that were just like interesting, and kind of like they had all the classic festival stalls you've seen in animes, which was fun in its own way. But at the same time, like I don't want takoyaki, or I don't need what was it, like corn, or I got a shaved ice for one. Was it looking up something? What was it? Oh, I found a really cool pair of sneakers that weren't my size, and I'm mourning them to this day. I'm gonna go find the picture I sent of these because I think about these. I've been thinking about these shoes for days now. I want to share my agony with the world, the pain I felt. So they started selling Enritsu Tigers in the US. And so I went to their store in Japan. Well, obviously in Japan, so I'm talking about in Tokyo. So in, not Shibuya. Where did my map go? Let's do it back in Tokyo. Oh my God, what's the area called? Ginza. So there was a made in Japan, or Nippon made line of their shoes that are only available at this one store, and they had these sneakers. Oh my God, it's so big. Oh my God, it's reflective of how big my emotions are about this. If you told me a year ago that I'd be like, oh, you're going to be streaming as a VTuber showing pictures of sneakers you wish you got, I'd be like, that's ridiculous. What crazy pants person are you to say such a thing? But I saw these sneakers, and they had ones in blue as well, and I was like, these are the coolest shoes that I've ever seen that I want to buy right now. The only size they had were like 3 sizes too small for me, and I was just like, I could cut off my heels. I could Cinderella these shoes. Alas, they're the ones that got away. Probably thinking about these shoes for the next 6 months. I saw them on they're like, I'll say $200, $250 in the store. I looked them up when I got back, and they're like, oh, you can buy them on some sneaker website for $1,000. And I'm like, I'm not spending $1,000 on sneakers. I have a line. Okay. Heels, I can get rid of my heels. I can't, I run on my toes, so my toes are staying. What's that? Where's my, let's see. One thing I noticed, I guess sneakers is a transition. There's a lot of like really cool Harajuku styles and like Japanese clothing styles that I've always kind of liked, but I just like, I can't pull off. And it's, on one hand, it saddens me, but it's important to accept. And it's like, some of them I can't pull off because way too tall. And others I can't pull off because you have to go all in. Like some of the Harajuku styles, you have to like, it seems like there's no half measure in some of these. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to pick up like one shirt with frilly lace cuffs. And you're like, no, that looks silly. That looks dumb on its own. You have to go like a whole outfit. And as a tourist who's just coming in for 2 weeks, it's like, that's not enough time to like piece that all together, justify it to yourself. And in my case, finding things in my size. Like everything's gonna be a crop top. Undesirable. And let's see. Probably some other things. Oh, I had other notes here. I have a separate doc. I have one notes for like things to talk about on stream, and then I have another notes of like tips for Japan, because I have a friend who is going to Japan in 2 weeks for the first time. So I have a bunch of tips to travel in Japan for him, but that's not necessarily here. I will say one thing I kind of wish I did is I kind of wish I did get a VPN, not for like streaming anything, But when I was like trying to look up figurine prices of like, how much is this figurine in the US versus buying it here? And is that worth it with the exchange rate? Not having a figurine shunted me to all Japanese, the Japanese pricing for everything. So I couldn't actually like get a good in the store, trying to like Google on your phone furiously, like what is the actual price of this Revi statuette? You only see the Japanese prices, which doesn't help you when you want to know what the price is if you're buying it from the US. Because one of the philosophies I try to do is only buy things when abroad, when traveling, that I can't as easily get at home. So like some people are like, oh, you're gonna buy some like Japanese whiskey, and it's like I can buy Japanese whiskey here. Like it might be a little cheaper. There might be like a price arbitrage situation, but unless it's like a really good price arbitrage, a really good price difference, like it's not worth it to me to like logistically haul things back and forth. And that's kind of where it landed with most of these figurines. Is like, oh wow, this is only like 4,000 yen, and then I'm like, oh, the Crunchyroll store has it for $23, which is about 4,000 yen. So some of these things not quite worth it. However, I do wish we had some of the stores and shopping malls and specialty stores that Japan has. I wish we had here in the US. A Foxboy could dream. I guess anime cons are the closest that we're going to get to that. Yeah. There's always that, like, oh, this isn't imported or this isn't exported. But like, I'm not that much of a snob, or not as that deep into it to be like, oh, this is the one that you can only purchase this whiskey in Hokkaido, and it's the only place in the world you can get it, and it's rated #1 whiskey in the world. I'm not that deep. I'm not that deep into anything to justify it. I think the closest I ever got was there was in the state I live in, a really popular brewery who decided to stop it from a different state, and they decided to stop out-of-state distribution. So it was no longer available locally, and you could only get it in their original state. And that's the closest I've ever gone to be like, oh, I'm back in this area. Might as well see if I can pick some of this up. But I never did. And that's probably the closest I got. But that's also because like that was from near my hometown where I grew up. So I'm like, oh, I'm back here. I can go pick it up. I would say I would like, let's like, I've been VTubing for less than 5 months. Let's not dox myself immediately. Let's dox myself eventually and slowly. More fun that way. More of a puzzle. Except for I'm pretty sure most people in chat know exactly who I am, where I grew up, and where I am today. So shh, don't give that away. I'll tell you, like, if you really want to know, I can tell you what that beer was and what that state was. But no one actually cares that deeply. So yeah, anything like specifically available in the US, I wouldn't pick up a Japanese whiskey for that. Maybe a sake, maybe. If I was in like Scotland and you're like, this whiskey, this scotch is only available here at this brewery in Scotland, I'd get that. I would do a scotch. But Japanese whiskeys, oh thank God, only 2D anime guy. That's the dream. That's the dream. All I ever wanted to be was a 2D anime foxboy. That's the true career goals. Everything else you can throw away. Throw away the last X years of achievements, career progression, training, schooling, education. With my true dream, 2D anime foxboy. It's the goal in life. It's a deep goal in life. Well, not everybody. Some of us. Let's see. I think that's most of my... Oh, one lesson that luckily turned into a humorous situation. So one thing I'll say, when traveling, whether I like something or not, whether I speak the language or not, I generally maintain a positive attitude and like optimism about everything, and like trying to find the enjoyment or the good parts out of what I'm doing and where I am, which is super helpful for me at least. So I'm not like, I'm miserable and this is terrible, I'm going to throw a temper tantrum, but just be like, oh, let's keep going. We can stop for this. We can have coffee. So on the way back from the flower park, let's go back here. Flower park. Up here. On the way back from this flower park, one small thing I ran into, which I didn't expect. I wanted to get back to Tokyo, and I'm like, oh, you know what? This is Japan. Trains are gonna be running. It's gonna be fine. It's not something to worry about. I got here at 7 because the sun was setting. Sunset at 7:30, 7:38. Train stopped running. And if you're in Tokyo, that might be 2 a.m., might be 1 a.m., might be 3 a.m., depending on like your metro lines. Trains that are like longer distance trains outside of the major cities, sometimes the last train's at like 8:30. Sometimes the last train's like 9:30. Or the connecting combos to get home only get you part of the way there. So I was on one of the last trains possible, which is a bit harrowing because for the rest of Japan, if you miss a train, you're like, I'll get the next one in 7 minutes. It's not a big deal. When the next one's like the next morning, you worry a little bit. So I took the train to somewhere over here. Where was it? Koga, maybe? Oyama? I think it was Oyama. And then Google was like, oh, from Oyama, just hop on this direct train. I'll go from Oyama to somewhere, Tokyo. Let's say Tokyo Station. And I'm like, great. This is fine. You get to the train station, you beep in your Suica card. You're like, beep. Goes to the little gate. You're at the station. You're at the platform. It was me, a couple other tourists from Thailand. And we're all at the station. We're like, this is perfectly fine. And there's a little kiosk about like, it says something about like reservations or whatever. And we're like, oh, it's fine. I use my Suica card. I got on this train. We get on the train, and like, as we get on it, we see it's like limited reserved only. Well, I see it in English. I assume they spoke a little bit of English because they did. And it's like, uh-oh, this train only has reserved seats. And it was completely full. And we didn't have any reserved seats. And so we had two options. You have two options in that situation. One, give up. And be like, this isn't going to work. We don't have reserved seating. We're just going to figure something else out. Or you get on the train anyway, and you just stand there. You stand in the back of the train, the back of the car, and hope for the best. Like, well, I wanted to sit for this hour, but I guess I'm standing. I'll accept that. I'll accept that from my mistake. And then you just kind of just hang out in the back of the train lightly, illicitly, hoping the conductor, because the conductors don't always walk through the trains. And so you're hoping for this time they don't. But this is one time the conductor did walk through the train, and we had to gesture without speaking any Japanese of like, whoopsie poopsie, didn't realize we shouldn't be on this train without reservation, tee-hee. And the conductor luckily let us just pay for standing, I guess. It worked out. There was gestures. Money was exchanged. But then the four of us kind of just became lightly like hooligans in the back of just like, we kept tricking the door opening. We're just like standing awkwardly in the back. They want to take a picture with me of just like, here's me and the other tourists who made this terrible, awkward faux pas mistake. But you know what? Smiled the conductor, patient, willing to pay. It worked out in the end. Just this moment of like, am I going to get arrested and or thrown off a train in the middle of nowhere, Japan? Because once you hit like half an hour outside of Japan, it's like here-ish, it starts getting, Tokyo. It starts getting pretty rural. So it's like small town, rice paddy, small train station. You don't really want to get thrown out there in the middle of the night. It was like 10 p.m. But it was a light moment of just me and other travelers being like, you know what? Let's hope for the best. And maybe we'll get to Tokyo in time. My defense, smiling, nodding. Got me through most of the trip. One day I'll return and be with someone who speaks Japanese or speak Japanese, and it'll be like a whole new experience. Perhaps next time. Perhaps it'll be me. Perhaps I'll finally actually learn how to speak Japanese. I've not been known for learning languages, but I'll try. I'll get there. Because one thing about Japan is most things are in English. Most signs are in English. Most important announcements are in English. Sometimes, not always. And you have a little translate app on your phone to help you out there. I've not tried the AI translator things you can thing you can use, but like a lot of people have. The one thing that is funny is some of the ticket, like the food ticket machine. So if you go to like a counter restaurant, you have like little buttons you can push for like, you get your order and you get like a little printed ticket and you hand that ticket to the person at the counter and they make your ramen or your curry or whatever. Some are touchscreens and you click the English option on the touchscreen and the whole touchscreen turns to English except the food names. So it's like the back button now says English and the like pay button says English, but the actual food items still Japanese. You're like, thanks. That's real helpful. I'm gonna guess and hope for the best. Which highly encourage. Guess, hope for the best. Works wonders. In short, Sannish travel tip of the day: be nice, and be kind, and get you through most things in life. When traveling, don't be an obnoxious traveler. Who knew? And this is why I always get mistaken as not American when I'm traveling. It's my plight, my deep plight. I thought I was only going to talk about half an hour, but it's been an hour and a half. Oh, I got bonus talking time. Let's see what else I got going here. This Twitch stream is tagged as Rimworld. Too bad, everybody. The real Rimworld was my travel experiences. I'll just keep throwing photos up on the screen as I find them. Can I just make these bigger and easier to see? Windows, view, large icons. Oh, it's way better. Okay, that was the main parts of my list. I mean, my trip had a lot of stuff in it, but these are just photos. Look at photos. Oh, it rained a lot, I think. So when I traveled in 2018, it was late March, early April, so peak cherry blossoms. So it didn't rain, but it was kind of overcast and it was cold. It was like 45, 55 degrees, which if you're there and it's cold, 7-Eleven, Family Mart, Lawson's all sell bulk hand warmers you can buy for super cheap. And you just I didn't realize it until halfway through that trip. Buy those hand warmers and just like ferret them all over your body. Every pocket, in your hat, in your bag, just like in your shirt, everywhere you can, just like cover yourself in hand warmers to stay warm. Highly recommend it. You probably won't burst into flames. This trip unexpectedly rainy. I think I thought I was going to get away with being just before, I was definitely before like the peak, summer rainy season, but I think I got a taste of Japanese summer, just like a little bit, a little flavoring of Japanese summer. And I'm gonna throw out my recommendation of probably don't want to travel in Japan in the summer. At least the Kanto region. It's hot, it's humid, it rains. Here was Takayama City in the rain. This is a freeway or a canal. I'll let you decide that. But just like it was constantly raining. Rain was pouring out of gutters. This side canal, I guess, was full of water and just like overflowing everywhere. It was wet. One thing I did learn, very important. Here's some cool misty photos for people. I think some people have already seen these. The Japanese bathrooms are wet rooms, right? So you have like your shower and then there's a drain on the floor. The next to that's the tub, which I think design-wise great. But they have built in usually the drying systems have like a button for ventilation. And then what is this song that started playing? Drains for had regular ventilation for like your shower ventilation. They have another setting, which I learned, which is super important, for clothes drying. So essentially it turns your bathroom into a drying room for clothes. So if you have wet shoes, wet clothes, you can just hang them up in there and they dry out the next morning. Fantastic, super useful. My poor sneakers got treated abhorrently. These shoes, poor guys, they weren't built for this. They made it. They must have made it. Here's another misty top of a mountain. Air quote mountain. Put that there. I'm just gonna upload photos. Again, you have to watch. But yeah, it's funny because like, and I've heard other people express this as well. So I'm not like a crazy person. Well, as a VTuber, I'm not a crazy person. I visited places where like, I'll use Switzerland example. I visited Switzerland a year and a half ago. And it was fun. It was interesting. But I finished the trip like, well, I'm done. Japan now twice. Coming back from Japan has always been like, oh man, can't wait to go back to Japan. Maybe a different area, maybe a different season, but like how easy it is to travel in Japan as an English speaker, combined with the stark novelty of Japan and Japanese culture compared to America, is such that like it's fascinating as a place to travel. I think other places are either harder to travel in, or yeah, these are all photos I took. All the ones I've been showing have been my photos. Here's the park. I'll show this park up here. Oh, it's me. Grab the rock thing. Let's grab over here. Hella green photo. The novelty of it, the safety, the ease of travel, and the diversity within Japan is always makes it like you leave and you're just like, there were some parts that are hard. Maybe you didn't like some of the food. Maybe you wish you had more people to talk to. Maybe you're just like, it was too crowded. But every time I've left, I've always wanted to go back. And people I've talked to have also expressed the same thing of like, oh, I can't wait to come back. Even you're currently there, you're thinking like, oh, I can't wait to come back in like in the fall, or to Hokkaido, or to Okinawa, or to Osaka, or like somewhere else. I've not really experienced that with other countries yet. I think I've been to a fair, I'd say like probably above average number of countries, and there's only a few where it's been the case of like, here's Tokyo Tower. A few where it's been the case of like, oh, that was like, that's great. I can't wait to go back to, I don't want to pick on any country. I'm going to pick on Europe. Like, oh, I can't wait to go back to England, or I can't wait to go back to Italy. Like maybe like, I guess for each country, or Iceland. Iceland's a good example. Iceland, super cool to visit. Would I go back there again? Probably not my first choice. But I think like the travel cooldown about like how long you need to wait before you want to go back somewhere, at least for me, and probably other people, is super short for Japan. Like a year. I could go back to Japan in a year, in 9 months. Have to go back to Japan. Switzerland, Iceland, let's say 10 years. China, probably also like 10 years or so, which I mean, I pass, I go back. Costa Rica, let's say 5 years. Like there's places where it's like, I'd go back after like a certain time has elapsed, but Japan is so short for that. But then there's other places where like I visited once, you're like, you know what? I don't need to go back to North Carolina. I went once, I'm good. Alabama, check that off the list. We're done there. So we don't need to go back. Or there's places where you're like, oh, this was neat. And like, I'd go there for like a particular thing, but not for the locale, you know, like if there was a super cool concert, or like I wanted to go to, or a convention, or like, I know something awesome, like sure, I'd go to LA. I'd go to I was gonna say Denver, but I'm not sure why that popped into my mind. San Francisco. Well, actually Denver's true, it's the same thing. Like I'd go there for a particular reason, but not necessarily for those cities, for those regions. Maybe because I've already gone there before, perhaps because it's just not as interesting because it's too familiar. Here's another photo. I like the symmetry on this one. The vibrant colors of Tokyo Tower, very reminiscent of the Golden Gate Bridge. in that red rust protection paint. So it's funny because like in Japan, I think I hit a point where I'm like, I'm ready to be home. I'm ready to be home and be my own place and my own life again. But then you're back and you're like, yeah, like in a bit after I've been home for a bit and recovered, I'd go back. I think next time I'd probably go back in like the fall. I'd like to go with friends, or at least meet up with them at a couple points during the trip. I'm really trying to convince my family that like, hey family, remember that one time we did Christmas in Australia? We should just do that again, except in Japan. We should do Christmas in Japan as a family. Wouldn't that be awesome? Instead of home? That's a long-term plan. It's a long-term campaign I'm waging. That campaign's coupled like, oh, instead of going to Japan, what about German Christmas market? Wouldn't that be a fun thing to do for Christmas? Wish me luck, chat. My long-term campaign, Shinjuku at night, to do a cool family trip for Christmas. One day, I'll get there again. Shinjuku, here's more. I really like. I did like staying in Shinjuku just for the night photos. I like night photography. I liked it in college, and I tend to forget I like it because usually by the time the sun sets, I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy. I don't want to do anything. That's my struggle. Here's some rice. Here's some Renaissance lighting rice bales. It's exciting. And I think this trip was good because it helped me learn like things I would do or not do on the future trips. I think the biggest struggle I had, by far the biggest struggle I had on this trip was food. I think going with somebody else who either spoke the language, right? That would help a lot. Or just based on the learnings I had from this, or if I learned more myself, I'd do better. But God, yeah, food is my biggest struggle. Which is funny because people say like, oh, I go to Japan, I gain 10 pounds every time I go to Japan. I'm just like, I was on the verge of losing too much weight on this trip, which is not good. Not good when you're a small fox boy. You don't have much weight to lose. It makes it bigger. Doesn't happen in Japan. Running out of photos. Where'd they go? So yeah, Shinjuku's fun. I liked Harajuku. Okay, I'm gonna say this is probably me. I have probably an inherent bias, so I'm taller than average. I know, no legs. That's hard to see. But when you can just see over crowds, it makes it feel less. It's pretty easy. You're like, oh, it's so crowded. I said, looking over everybody with an unobstructed view. I'm like, I bet if you were, let's say 5'8" or below, much more unpleasant to be in a crowd like this, or like a crowd like this, at Asakusa for the festival. But when you can just see everybody, this is great. This is easy. Why this is not this is fine. Oh, I did see. Oh, here's Kenroken. Here's part of Kenroken Gardens. Or as I talked about Kenroken, but I didn't share a photo. But what I wanted to show was, oh my gosh, it was top of mind. I had it in front of me. I did see Mount Fuji. Take that, Mount Fuji. I realized on the way back from Takayama that I initially was going to backtrack and go north to the same Shinkansen line I took to the northwest, but I was actually equidistant to take the northern Shinkansen line or the Nagomi. I think it's the Nagomi line. The one that goes from Kyoto or Osaka, Kyoto to Tokyo. I was equal distance to take that one. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to definitely take the one that is faster and might see Mount Fuji. And so I had like a 30-second view from my window as we were zooming past at 300 miles per hour, 200 miles per hour. Nozomi, that's the one. I was getting there. But yeah, that was zoom past that one. And it was only visible for a little bit before the clouds took over, but it was enough. Check that off the list. I did see Mount Fuji from the top of Tokyo Tower, but it's not quite the same. Yeah, I was lucky because I got some clouds, right? But also I was on the correct side of the train with the window. Because right, you could be beautiful blue skies, super clear, but just be on the wrong side of the train. Delete that. Oh yes, delete that. Delete that. Moment to myself. Here's Tokyo. So yeah, so from Kanazawa. So we're not Kanazawa, Takayama. So from Takayama, the train up to Toyama and then Shinkansen down, same distance and time of taking from Takayama to Nagoya and then hopping on the Shinkansen there. Mostly because this one's a faster Shinkansen. But it's, I don't know, I think overall, good job self-implying this trip. Pat myself on the back. Fix some problems my last time around. The one thing I discovered when I returned home is I was using a credit card for some transactions that I thought had no foreign transaction fees, but in fact had foreign transaction fees. Got mildly wrecked for like $50 of transaction fees there. And I'm like, I thought I was safe. Betrayed by credit card coon. But next time, I want to go farther north or farther south and in the fall, probably. Or Death Winter. I almost did this trip in January to hit the Sapporo Ice Festival. I was pretty close. Then I realized I didn't want to pack a bunch of winter gear, so I didn't do it. Next time though, perhaps next time. Perhaps next time, because the flights were fine, right? The Japan airline flights, super easy. Had nice people. Well, no one next to me the flight over. I had a whole aisle to myself. Only a nice, well-traveled gentleman next to me on the flight back. Made that nice. The other one I've always wanted to do is the what's it called? Like the Emperor's Path to Edo. There's a walking path, I think, from like Kyoto to Nagoya or Kyoto to somewhere. It's like a 10-day hike, essentially, from like small inn to small inn. Like they forward your luggage each day, and you kind of walk this path. I always thought that'd be kind of cool. It's kind of like the Compostela de Santiago in Spain. Maybe I just like walking. Maybe that's why I'm learning about myself as I'm talking this through right now in front of everybody. So yes, that was my info dump about my 30 minutes and a 2-hour trip to Tokyo. Turns out if I make notes for myself, have some visual props, and I'm not actively trying to play Rimworld, a lot easier to talk about things. There's a really cool sunset going on outside. I can barely see out my window. Without losing all tracking and all microphone pickups. Alas. Let's see, anything else? Coffee shops, subways. I like the subways outside of rush hour. I think it's most of my big notes, aside from delving into like very specific places, specific travel strategies, how travel planning works, all that. Perhaps I'll do that. I'll just make a note of that. Topics, here we go. Specific locations. Travel planning methodology, and travel tips. Write those down as notes for future things to maybe talk about. Yeah, I think that's all I have on my Japan trip today for this evening. Close that out. Oh no! Close enough. I'll leave the notes in this. I have these notes in a travel notebook and not in my streaming notebook. And I'm like, am I going to lose these? Nah, I won't lose them. I'll know where they are. It's not going to be a problem. I'll never talk about these topics again. I'll lose them. I'll forget about them. It'll be 3 months. I'll look at this and be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. If that's the case, that's the case. And that's the world we live in. So that's it for talking about Japan today. I'm going to play some Rimworld because I committed to it by putting chatting/Rimworld because I've never done a actual like Zatsudan type stream of just chatting before. So I didn't know how long it would last. You know, turns out more than I expected. I think having people in chat actually asking questions and talking helps a lot. And I see having active chat being a very addictive thing, like problematically addictive. And that's how I quit my actual corporate job. Not because I can afford it, because I'm addicted to chat. I'm addicted to people asking me questions. Help me if that happens. So yeah, let's switch over. Now I'm going to do the pivot. Hard pivot here. Hard pivot from Japan to Rimworld. Let's see. That's going to be Rimworld. Oh, that's right. Steam's not open. No, Steam's open. There it is. I had to restart my computer because I was trying to sync photos, and it caused when File Explorer starts to crash, and it's like, oh no, File Explorer rebooted just fine. Don't worry about it. You're just like, File Explorer, when you crash, things have gone bad. And we just need to give up. We need to give up on you, File Explorer, and restart the computer. And you got to open everything back up, and it's a huge hassle. And you're like, blah, 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 blah. So we're going to pivot now. We're going to pivot to game streaming. Let's stop this. Oh, this subscribe. This background music channel I found actually worked out pretty well, so I'm going to bookmark that. I'm going to like and subscribe to. Oh god, you're getting multiple music here. Oh, there we go. Zuki Suzuki BGM on YouTube. They provided the music, the audio. I'll probably use them again in the future. If I realize this, I'll put it in the description. I'm just gonna link their channel in chat. No, I'm not linking in chat. Next time I'll put it in the description. Worked pretty well. Copyright free. Hopefully this doesn't get copyright struck. I don't have any notifications YouTube saying you've been banned for YouTube for doing something bad, which apparently can happen. It could also be like, you have 9 viewers. No one is going to worry about you. Which is the old security through obscurity. Oh no, the username. I need to up the chat. You know what I think I need to do? I need to change the font size on this chat box. But switching back to Rimworld is going to be the scene. Pa-pa. Rimworld. Load. In 3. There we go. Oh no, that's what happened. Okay. I was wondering why my chat box wasn't sized correctly, and I think it's because it's the same chat element in 2 different scenes in OBS, and I was resizing them both together instead of just one of them. Well, you know what? Life is pain. So Princess Bride taught us life is pain. All right, let's load this colony. Void Institute. Oh boy, gotta remember how to play Rimworld. We're not talking about Japan anymore. Focus up, Sannish. You got a colony to keep alive. Oh, sorry, I meant to disable. Sorry, I wanted to turn off this mod. Moody, get out of here. Disable. Gotta restart Rimworld. So I'm seeing most people are chatting from Twitch, and I realize one problem my OBS set up is I only have stats for how many people are viewing concurrent viewers and everything for YouTube setup in the way I'm multi-streaming. So I have no idea how many people actually are on Twitch. I assume it's at least 0. But that's just how multi-streaming works. That's life. Ooh, maybe I can... Initializing. Oh, you can't see it. It loads up here. Oh no, OBS, you're not capturing it. Thanks, OBS. Initializing. Oh, I got the spinning wheel. Not responding. Wait for program. Windows. Betrayed by Windows. Always. It's always the case, isn't it? There we go. Huh. Load anyway. God help me. It should work. It should work. It shouldn't break things. Oh, it didn't break. All right, so where was I? I had a gray pallor stench. Future stench, making people unhappy. That's fun. That's fun. Artemis is idle. Artemis. What are you doing with your hairstyle, Artemis? And what was your job? Shooting, construction, mining plants. Shooting, construction, mining plants. This is Artemis. Oh, Artemis, you're a hunter. There's iguanas to hunt. And rats, I guess. No, I'm not gonna shoot a camel. I'm not gonna shoot any. Oh, definitely not shooting an emu. That's right out. You know what? You probably plant some more stuff. Let's do that. Schedule work zone. So planting is zone. There we go. Growing zone. So we got these areas. What I want to plant, which is always super important, is cotton. Because I like making carpets. I think carpets are super cool. And very stylish. Cotton. There we go. All right, we should have something to do now. You're building things. We are out of wood. We're out of wood. Even though we killed all those beavers. R.I.P. Nidge. There we go. Chop wood. Chop wood. Chop wood. Chop wood. There we go. Everyone should be busy now. Perfect. So we've got our main goals today. Today's journey through Rimworld. Avoid provocation is to finish these bedrooms so they're not super uggo, like awful, just awful. Build a crafting room. So I want a bedroom. Bedroom's done. I want kind of a crafting room up here. And then what I want to build, if I can, is a rec room of sorts. Like just lounge and relax, maybe like up here. It's like a rec room with a pass-through door. And eventually I want to turn this road here, this roofed off section, it's all grayed out, into like just a long hallway. So I can link together ventilation and stuff. But unfortunately, leave this section open to the world because some of us keep building our freezers in the wrong spot and not planning things out. That's fine. You know what? Perfectly fine. Verity, don't stand in the doorway. There's a table. You don't have chairs. Is that why you're not? You know what? That's probably why they're complaining about the table. I'm gonna build a chair. Oh, don't build a steel chair. My God. My God, these people building steel chairs. I would like a. You can't build limestone chairs? Tables, workstations, and elsewhere. Armchair? Ooh. I have 115 plain leather. So let's see. There we go. We're just making a leather chair to dine at the table. Get these people happy. Holding platform. Ooh, this is big. I don't know what the holding platform does, so I'm gonna politely ignore it for now. I was mining out a storage room, I think, over here. So this room, storage room, medical office / prison, medical office / prison, bedrooms. Oh, that's awful. What does this art button do? Oh, that's a... This limestone bed description is a bit too spicy for... All right, this spicy bed has some spicy artwork on it. It is sexy artwork of Artemis and Verity together, but it's Arthur's bed. And Arthur made it. So Arthur made a fanfic bed about the 2 other colonists. You know what, Arthur? You do you. No one's going to complain about this. You're cutting down the trees. Let's see. Any other berries to harvest? It's fully grown. Agave. Any agave to harvest? It's fully grown. Oh, no, not this. I want just these. Harvest fully grown. A lot of ominous music, probably with a gray pallor, just like soaking us in and making us super depressed. We've got mystery room up here. Death is in this room. This is 100% going to murder my colony. Especially without Nidge. Rest in peace, Nidge. Oh no, is Nidge's body gone? Did you... Nidge, dead. Dead for 3 days, rotting, deteriorating. Oh no, Nidge, I wanted to make you a... Oh, is this actually actual pollution happening over here? Rot stink. Is there a thing for rot stink? Let's show bubbles. Heat overlay. Heat overlay? I always pollution overlay. Show pollution overlay. Okay, it's not showing pollution. What does Z do? Search. Oh, there's the entity codex. Oh, okay. You learned something today. Ooh, what's in... My hope was to build a mausoleum for Nidge and then research the ghoul revive serum that was like pretty far down the tech tree and then bring him back. But alas, perhaps that is not meant to be. How's my construction going, buddy? Cut down some trees, planted the cotton, corn, heel root, battery, doing fine. Okay, I do need to build this holding platform. I get. It's so big. Look how big it is. Like, it's a 3x3. Where do I want to build my suspect X-Files research lab? I wonder if I could just like... Can this be inside? If so, you know what I can do? Orders. I can turn this whole thing into like a little research... Oh yeah, let's turn this into a research lab. We'll do that, and then we're going to build structures. We're going to build some nice limestone walls. Oh no. Sorry, Agave. We'll do like this, and then we'll build a limestone door. like that. Then we need some... Well, currently there's no light, so it's fine, I suppose. What is it? Furniture for lights? Yeah. Let's get a standing lamp here. So I'll put the 3x3 grid here. So I'll put the lamp about there, I think. That's good. And then we need power. Power. Ooh, it's biotech. Power. Tougher than regular conduits, but also slower to build, more expensive. Hidden. Power switch. Wind turbine. Harbinger tree spout. If I build this here, what will happen? We're gonna test. In the past, you've always had to smooth walls before you build power conduits under it, which take forever. But I'll see if that actually is true before committing. These grow flesh-like coverings and can feed on corpses and raw material placed nearby. If well fed, the grove will continue to grow. Emissaries of a shapeless god who rule an endless black ocean. The myth ends after the shapeless god reaches up from the water and tears down the sky. Resting, grown. Ooh. Hey, I discovered an entity. Oh yeah. Corpse stop. Yeah. I like it. Corpse stockpile, perfect. I need a dumping ground for bodies anyway. Oh, I got plenty of things to build. You're crafting food. I have a research lab going to be cropping up over here. Hey, everyone's doing pretty good. Let's blast the speed forward. Wait, it's down but alive. You can capture it. Okay. Look at this lovely gray stench going up everything. I could use a couple more colonists. Namely around mining and research. Oh. That's fine. That's mostly fine. Let's not worry too much about it. It is warm in here and cold in here. Let that power turbine go. How much grid access do I have? 234. Okay, we got. We're going. Everything's fine. Let's not worry too much about it. Oh, you built a chair. Thank you. Come on, build a masterpiece, Arthur. Building a masterpiece chair with some deep lore. And it's good. Oh, they do destroy the walls to put down conduits. I had a feeling. It's ugly to run a conduit through a room, but it's easier than smoothing walls. So we're just gonna go. Whoa. It's life. That's life. We're just going to build that conduit and then the power requirement. I don't really want to build. See, I don't really want to build another wind turbine. But at the same time, I need power. You know? Storage. But this flickering, not great. Not a great long-term plan. So, what do we think? Power. Wind turbine. I don't have enough wood for wood. I can just do another wind turbine, I guess. Supports ground that marked heavy. If I build one here, one, it kind of breaks my power up in 2 regions. Fine. There we go. I might regret it, but that's life. Visitors. Jump to this location. Who is my talker? Verity's my talker. Go talk to him, Verity. Catch up. I have 25 silver. Here we go. You have Molotov cocktails, and you are the junk trader. Get out of here. Wow, that connected. Sadly, there's no wind. It's cool. All right. Oh, again. Cleaning up the blood. That's good. So I'm going to put a roof. We need a roof right there at least. Expand home area, roof. Build roof. There we go. Got to stay warm and cozy. Build roof. Wait, is this marked as indoors? Okay, I don't care that they're leaving. You guys do sleep a lot. I did make you sleepy. Bed awful. Look. Try my best, okay? I'm just trying my best. Oh, you're getting much uranium. That's a plus. How many limestone blocks do I have? Make more limestone. Keep the limestone. The limestone must flow. Oh my god. No, their needs are starting to spike. You're gonna have no religion for a while. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Religion free. It is the way to be. I would like more power. Can I get some light wind would be good. The power loss. Okay, you're mining. Ooh, my potatoes are going to come in soon. All right, so furniture. Let's try some shelves out. Small bookcase. You know what? Put a bookcase right there. And let's try a shelf. There. And we're going to do another wooden shelf up here. See how these all operate. And then work. Floor. Let's build some floors. Steel, tile. 4 sandstone. 3 wood. Okay, and then we're just going to over provision a bunch of building stuff and then regret it later. Cheap. Castle feeling. Raid, you say? That's an ostrich. He's named Huntsman. He's an assassin. He has a steel knife. He's really good at fighting. He is social. Slow learner. He's incapable of a lot of things. Okay, this guy is not my new friend. Some tables over here. Prepare for a while, then attack. So... Verity, you are unable to fighting, right? You can't fight. Nope. All right, Artemis and Arthur, it's up to you two to blast this big boy from a distance. Do I have any better? I have a knife and a bad bow and a spear. Oh, 1 second. This just said medicine. Okay. I saw medicine was going to expire at some point. It said 2 years, but still. All right, buddy, when are you going to attack? Ah. Oh. Okay, I'll do that in a bit. I gotta resolve this. Come on, I wish this cassowary would just murder this guy. 27-year-old email. There we go. Artemis. Arthur. Getting drafted. Where is he coming from? Wait, how do you get up there? Barry, get out of the way. Are you chasing Verity? Ha! Okay. Undraft. Undraft. Dead. Dummy. Did he just like go all the way around or something? Okay, you're dead. Hopeless survivors. 3 desperate refugees. Tashwani, they claim they've lost their home in a recent attack. Final mistake for 13 days. Or for free. Oh, they work for that time? Oh, it's 13 days, 3 people. Uh-oh, okay. I just accepted a huge bucket here. Yeah, it is. This is all 4 expansion packs. I just saw the chat message a bit late. All 4 expansion packs enabled. Fur Screen and Teshuani. First off, they need beds, so we're gonna turn my medical office into a barracks. Fur. Furniture, sleeping spot. Don't you love when you get help and they just shove you into a closet? Here we go. All right, what do we got? We got who died to recruit? Melee, construction, and medical. That's pretty good. Gear-wise, you have a stick club. So we have a doctor who can perhaps build a bit. You are a wimp. Delicate. Oh, I feel that. Drugged up. Why are these red? Poor plant. Oh, your genes are bad. What are you? You're a genie. Are you all genies? No, you're just a genie. Emotional, natural aptitude machines, emotionally cold and calm, fragile and vulnerable. Focus. Oh, the blue means that's their thanks to your logger. Oh, you're really good at research. My dude, you are my new best friend. And you are Yatakin. Cat plant person, huh? Dull. You can't care or clean, but you're good with fighting and animals, huh? Honestly, this genie is probably my best bet here. All right, so let's assign some work. First off, 100% research. Okay, that's good there. And then you are definitely a doctor. Haul, clean. Actually, you're going to prioritize hauling and cleaning first off. Craft, tailor, smith. I'm not doing any of that. Grow. There we go. And you are warden. Animals. Oh, I could tame some things and hunt. Maybe mostly hunting and dealing with animals. Okay, good. And light, no construction. And 1 to firefight. And 1 to patient. Okay. Perfect. So now I need to make more beds. After all that. Well, this guy, he's got his little werewolf dude. Oh, I made a bookcase. Contents. Storage. I should just copy settings. Bookcase. Paste settings. Copy settings. Storage. Paste settings. Expand the zone. Okay. So, oh boy, slow down. Refuge arrived. Ritualist role, holding platform. Hunter lacks suitable weapons. Congratulations, you're getting a bow. Yes, I'll be putting that in there. Medicine, holding platform. You're doing research finally. Good. You're sleeping in an unfinished room. We got plants going. I'm growing my... Oh, my corpse is getting eaten by this plant. Yeah. Wildlife. Let's do some hunting here. Oh, should I try... I don't have any... I can grow hay. What do... Tell me about camels. It's a camel. Produces milk, pack animal. A bit faster. You know what? We're going to try... Oh, they're all female camels. I can't breed them. Do I want camels or do I want boom rats? There's a large sack of chemicals. They can be milked very carefully. You know what? There we go. We're going to go taming those things. You got this, buddy. And then we're going to set... Well, you know what? If he succeeds, he needs a hitching post. Hitching post. Pen marker. Grave. Party spot. Caravan hitching spot. Snow removal orders. Where is hitching post? I thought there was a... It's just... All right. When in doubt... Over there. Okay, how's it going? Oh, I got a bookshelf going. Look at that. I got a bookshelf. That's all nice. You're researching. You're so close to being done with this room. We got some wonky building stuff going on over here. We're just going to politely ignore what I'm doing, whatever I've done. Potatoes are growing, cotton's growing, corn is growing. You guys can harvest the agave. Chop. All right. Good progress. We just have some uranium sitting here. It's quipped about heel root. Oh, for you and your love of heel root jokes. Okay, you're roofing us in. Good. Roofing in our monolith. I like it. This is good progress, everybody. I'm proud of all of you. Except you. I'm proud of the rest of you. Battery is full. I don't really... Oh my god, look at these things I've got to do. Oh, wait, I need an anomaly project. Okay. Psychic ritual spot, void provocation. What does this do again? Attracting entities which can be captured and studied. Advanced rituals. Shard of dark matter and bioferrite pestle. Shard. When placed near a psychic spot, improves ritual quality. From dead into targets, no. Skip abduction. I do like skip abduction. Draw animals. Strike bioferrite capture. Use it to craft weapons and apparel. I feel like I should get some basics down before. You know what? I like this draw animals. Might need food at some point, and you can use psychic. Tap into the dark psychics of the void to get food. You're doing stuff. You're cutting plants. You all need bedrooms. I have some, not much steel, no wood, and no limestone. We have nothing to build with. Team. Okay, let's haul those in. Oh, they got orders to cut things. Okay. What is this? Limestone wall. We got steel over there. Might need to start mining that eventually. Once I finish mining out my space. Problem with the eternal struggle. The tension. Building your own walls, you can build wherever you want. But it requires materials. Mining takes so much longer, but comes with free walls. Everyone's busy or asleep. Spread out. Okay, architect anomaly. Ooh, that is that's big. Huh. That is larger than I anticipated, isn't it? If I put the holding cell there. Slightly commit the void and track the entity to be captured. I want it to be. You know what? We're just gonna build it. We're gonna build it here. And just north of my base will be my void area. This will be the void zone. Eventually I want this whole area cleared, I guess, and then connect to my containment. Oh, you finished your thing. You can actually build my. Oh, I want to be in range of here. Huh. Huh. Huh, I say. So, this is not really where I want it to be. I need a bigger area for this. Here's not going to work. It doesn't actually need to be near here, like I thought. This area isn't bad, really. It's got these pre-made old-timey walls. Let me think about this. Oh well, we'll put it down temporarily. No, it's too far to. Oh, that's gotta be real close. The area spot is unobstructed. I want to put it inside. I like things being inside. It feels safe, you know? I guess I just have to mine out 2 more squares. Okay, we're gonna mine out 2 more squares, aren't we? Mine. There you go. That's why I wanted to build it anyway. Live my void ritual dreams. You can void propagation rituals to discover and capture entities. Discover entities let you advance void model to higher levels and unlock new research projects. Okay, I'll get that later. Oh shit. Shit, time to build a pen. Sorry, I actually expect them to succeed. Is it furniture, production, structure? Fence. How much is limestone fence? 1? Where should I put this dromedary? Like over here is tempting just because over here is nice and open, unused. Here we're gonna 1, 2. We're gonna build this way. We're gonna make this little pen area. Ooh, it's expensive. $13. And then we need a fence gate out of limestone. Fence gate, and then we need a ornate door. Security door. Oh, I think I need to use that to make a super cool research lab. Oh my God, was it under misc for an animal pen? There we go. Pen marker. Limestone pen marker. Boop. Hold up. What was that? Cow, goat, and chicken capacity. Sub-0. You know, we're just gonna go. I'm just gonna do this for the pen. Cancel. Build copy. Slightly better, I suppose. Oop. There we go. So we just need a bunch of limestone. And then I thought there was a way to have a hitching post. Hitch. Animal. What's the name for it? Hitching post, animal. Tie. Oh, well. It's fine. Holding platform, ritual. Tattered apparel. Look, you can only do so much. Oh, you can hitch it up. Don't. You can't hitch things up. In that case, we need to start a growing zone. Let's do this. With hay. Hay grass. Right. And then we're just going to expand this growing zone over here. Let's make a small one of... Eventually, I'm going to want beer. Not yet. Corn, hay grass, potato going. Strawberry. A little strawberry patch. Another one. Nice. Let the tree grow. All right. How's our electricity going? You guys probably hate your life because you're sleeping in an awful barracks. The damning review. That's my Airbnb review. Awful barracks. Oh, how's your bed though? Mediocre. Dull. Shh. Shh. Don't complain about it. Accept. Be happy with what you have. What the heck are you guys doing? Oh, he moves out of the field. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You guys are busy, I guess. We have food. Right, 37, 10. Oh. Give me a male dromedary if you can. I realize, given that I'm going to recruit boomalopes, having a stone fence instead of a wood fence, probably a better idea. Cargo pods. Ooh. Devil strand. Okay, that's cool, I guess. No one's... Oh! You're idle? I thought you were dealing with animals. Hunt and handle. You have things to do, buddy. Don't be idle. Oh no. Oh, he's having a break risk. Night owl and daytime. Night owl and daytime. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 hours of sleep. Let's do 10 to 18. There we go. Buddy, you could have just said that. Also, if you and your pals can make us some more stone blocks, that'd be great. I have no wood, a little bit of steel. Okay, it's all going to making this fence here. It's fine. Ritual roll, huh? Ooh, slow down. To assign a ritual roll, I need a ritual spot. And we're just going to start off by putting that middle of our party room here. Ritualist roll needed. Artemis Verity is probably the one I want. Right? Oh, Verity can't fight though. You have no intellectual whatsoever and very low social. Harfer is my paladin. Verity should be the ritualist. Oh, but the leader talks to people and should be social. But the ritualist converts people. Okay. Okay, I'll think about this. We'll noodle on this a bit. Good job, team. Your night construction, you planted some stuff. You're complaining about your shitty beds. It's fine, you can complain. So there's a storage room, construction room. I might split this into a construction room and a living room, perhaps. That'd be nice. Save on construction costs. I need 3 bedrooms. Well, I guess I could turn this into 3 bedrooms, couldn't I? 1 shitty bedroom, 2 shitty bedroom. 3 shitty bedrooms, I guess. Oh my, who's idle? Verity. Social, cooking, and medical. I mean, fair. That's fair, I guess. I'll make you the ritualist once people are awake. And then that'll stop some complaints. At least, I hope. Oh no, you're going to bed. Oh, these cats and their sleep schedule. Okay. Slowly building a pen. You're constructing. God. You guys have really tattered clothing. Oh my god, everyone's sleep schedule is all wacky. %, grown. Okay. Let's wait for them to wake up, and they'll have the ritual. Come on, wake up. At least some of you. There we go. We're just gonna do this. Be in. Those are nice and morbid aesthetic. Oh no, did I pick Artemis instead of Verity? Fudge. Oh well. Verity, you're gonna be the leader. Artemis explaining shortcomings. Ta-da! No, you're idle, huh? Needs? Oh, he wants the apparel now. Ooh, abilities. Priest, health, reassure. Counsel. Ooh. Oh my god, it's the wrong person. Oh. I'll wait. Yes, I know. Wait, is this pen complete? Yay, got a pen. Perfect. Oh. Screen. Don't do this to me, screen. We're not here to convert each other today, at this moment. You're researching. Holding platform needed. Tattered apparel. Okay. We're getting slow, inevitable progress. Get out of that bedroom. Okay, you're researching, which is fine, I guess. Whoa, buddy. Construction, shooting, plants, crafting. Construction, medical. Well. We can send some things to hunt, can't we? Look, I'm not going to say this is not the most proudest thing I've done. But we're going to hunt some animals. There we go. That should keep you busy. And then you... Melee, construction, mining, cooking. You guys can do mining. There's so much more mining to do. pick up some wood. Oh, it's actually raining, huh? Look, team, I need a lot of wood. How much wood do I get from this? 26 wood? Unroofed. Unloved. Unwanted. Skiing, researching house? Just anomaly going. Platform, dromedary. Okay. Okay, construction. Furniture. Let's get a door going. It turns into a bedroom. Construction. Door, limestone. You know what? Yeah, limestone. This will turn into one temporary fancy bedroom. And then I need a vent. Vent. There we go. Door, vent. That'll let me make 2 bedrooms. And the third one of you can sleep. That's a problem. Where are they going to sleep? Well, if I can make one happy, that would be a good start. Build a copy. There we go. Got light. Got a... How much power do they take? 30 watts? Spendy lamp. Bookshelf. Okay, let's shrink this storage zone a little bit. Shrink it from here, and then like this. Come on, make a door. And perfect. And then since you move a lot, we're going to put fur in this room. He's always up at night, waking everyone else up. Perfect. Bedroom, awful. But it's your bedroom. Deconstruct. It's still a barracks, huh? What? Look, this area is just like, it's a mess. It's a right mess. I'll have to fix it somehow. Can I move batteries? Oh, I can, huh? I've got 37 wood, 25 limestone blocks, 27 limestone blocks. We're going to do this. We're going to make a door about here and make another temporary bedroom. Over yonder. Build a copy. Let's do it like that. There. Eventually going to build. Oh, we'll wait up on the heat. Get that built. Okay, that's what their own. At least if they have their own bedrooms, they're not as like. Oh, so they still complain. It's tough, isn't it? Whine about this, whine about that. Oh, it's taking forever because it's uranium. I'm going to ignore whatever that is. Oh, shit. Appears to carry a hex, a previous member of your crew. Oh no, Hex. He's a ghoul. Jody Hex, baseliner from the Navy. It seems like the plot of Aliens. Okay, this has got to go in ASAP. It needs to be prioritized. Oh, I forgot about that. Good job. Oh, it's advanced lights, floodlight, smithing. Yeah, yes. Okay. And then her. Oh, you're asleep, huh? Come on, you can do it, buddy. Min containment strength 30. Containment strength 98. Come on, get that ghoul. Well, not exactly what I wanted to do, but you know, sometimes that's what you do to get a ghoul. Oh, not enough stored. Oh, Lord. I'm out of steel. Oh, mine vein. No. Okay, that looks worrisome. It's best to hold entities in secure chambers with high containment strength or they'll soon escape. Strong walls, good lighting, electric inhibitors, needs research. Biofavorite plater, needs research. Select transfer entity. The entity tab to configure how to deal with it. Entity tab. Is this entity tab? The entity tab. Tapped. Work numbers assign. Research. Oops. Okay, not that. History. Factions. The entity tab. I don't know what to do now. Oh, entity. Study, release, maintain. Escape interval, study interval, knowledge gain. Study, okay. I see. Well, Fur, why are you upset? I told you you can sleep in. Hold up. Awake at night. 11 to 18 should be asleep. Yeah. Oh, I woke him up to capture the thing. Okay, that one's on me. So we got a ghoul. Oh, Verity's upset. What's wrong with Verity? Oh, you know what? Again, that's on me. Have a horseshoe pin. You're a uranium chess table. Mm. Okay, give me a limestone door. There. And then that's done. You're still being built. Fur is sleeping off his issues, I hope. Yeah, your mood's going up. You ate, you're sleeping. Oh, my potatoes came in. Look at that. I got a dromedary. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, you're cleaning at the middle of the night? Could you... I guess that's fine. All right, zones. Let's go with a growing zone here. Okay, I want trees. Drago tree takes 25 wood, 15 days. Cactus, 5 days, 15 harvests. 15 days. Cactus seems better, doesn't it? We're growing cactus. I'm making a cactus farm. Creepy. Ooh, war merchant. Pass. I have no money. I have no supplies. I have this devil strand, I suppose. I'll wait for them to get closer and then take a little peeky, a little peek-see, see if they have a gun. A rifle would be nice. Not really necessary. All right, Verity. You're asleep. Oh well. Artemis, trade. Get there. A toxalope. Oh, I don't like that. Book. Oh, I can tell you these shitty knives. Positive numbers buy, negative numbers sell. Okay. I have 25 silver. It's not much, is it? Well, you grow your wealth slowly. Okay, slowly getting my storage room built out. Second bedroom. We see more limestone blocks that... Maybe building limestone. We have chunks in storage. We have food. We have potatoes coming in. How much potatoes did I get? 450? Seems like a good amount of potatoes. Death trees are growing. Good old death trees. Oh, component mining. That light needs to be built still. That's fine. Dromedary 2. Nice. Colony's coming along nicely. Oh, you finished. Okay, you finished this out. I can think about. Just ignore him. Okay, if this is the main pathway. Reinstall that over there. Okay, that's good. treachery. Arthur. Artemis. Oh, come on. Let these. Verity, you're gonna run. Is he attacking the table? That son of a. Okay, I'm gonna drop it into play turret. Verity, I want you to lead him to Artemis. Artemis can start blasting. Oh, I was hoping these gun merchants would help. Shit. Ha, okay. Got a shot in. Okay, you're gonna run. Deploy turret. Not ideal. It's life. Is he dead? Idiot. Tactical turret. Oh, don't destroy that. Oh my God. Arthur, are you dying? Not particularly. You are dying. For prisoners. Capture. Yep, this way. Okay, we're gonna let you out. No, come on, come on. I want you to open the door. Run, run, run. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. Not now, Verity. Okay. This is... I don't like this shooting guns into a large crowd of people. He's fine. He is gonna be totally fine. You run this way. Verity, you run south. Artemis. Murder that son of a bitch. Get him. No, Verity, you don't have guns. You run. Oh. You're just gonna hunt him down now. You capture. You undraft. That was my medical office. Are you bleeding out? Ugh, eventually. It's too bad because this is the guy I wanted to live. He's my researcher. Where'd he go? Here he is. Asshole. Okay. Undraft. Construct. Furniture. Ooh, I need a wall. Structure. Do I have wood? I have wood. Build a wooden wall ASAP. To section off. This is for prisoners. And then here you go. Prioritize wooden wall. Don't prioritize romance. Tending, good. I need to make a medical office so I can actually heal myself. Okay, medical for colonists. Arthur. Do I have a medical bed? Medical. Okay. Arthur, Rest until healed. Granted, Artemis, who is my actual doctor? Please don't say it's Arthur. It's Verity. Okay. Not now. That's how it happens, isn't it? What do we got? What do we got? We got one dude. Whatever. He's got a wooden club. Idiot. Okay. Are you gonna die? Maybe. Prioritize tending to Arthur. Okay. Artemis. I know you really want to plant those cactus, but we got a stupid idiot up here to attacking us. Where'd he go? There he is. Maybe he's one of my backpack towers. Are they leaving north? No. Oh, shit. Okay, you were closer than I thought. Come on, one more shot. Get one more shot. Well, you're gonna die soon. Do I care about you in any way? Nope. Get inside, Arthur. That tower still up? Yeah, it is. I want a hold open. Come on, there's a little tower right there. Come on, walk inside. Eh? Oh, they're trying to steal and leave? Can you... There we go. There we go. Hold open. Are you dead? Sure are, buddy. Oof. All right. That is 3 corpses for the corpse trees. Got the bow back. Well, I don't have to build those bedrooms, I suppose. Now, you just had medical, and that's mostly what you did? Yeah. Oh. Whoops. Woohoo. Good point. Hold open, turned off, allowed in. You're not dying? You're not dying? Okay. You're all sleeping. Good. Oh, he almost ruined my poor table. It's okay. Okay, mark the door. Wait, what did... Let's do some stargazing. You know what? You deserve that. Oh, really? Artemis here carried my home defense with his 11 shooting. All right, prisoner. Ooh, what is this? Reduce resistance. I'm not... Convert. Hell yeah. We're going to convert. Ooh, wait. Considered guilty? Interesting. I'll think about that. Now that they're here, like, do I want this person? They're not very good. I guess they're a doctor. With mild construction and cleaning. Right, you're not in case... Okay. Killed my researcher. Just terrible. Okay. Well, I lost a bunch of people. That's fine. That's fine. We got repairs going. We got storage room almost done. Which is great. Okay. Here we go. Build some storage shelves. Good, good. Okay, so storage room. Copy setting. N is copy, J is paste. Okay, and then this, we're going to shrink this zone like that. And we'll expand this zone to, there we go. Storage room, finished. Hopefully. Rat self-tamed. Rat self-tamed. Training. Erraticus. Well, on the plus side, the guy who set to tame my animals is, he got 2. I suppose that's something. Okay, you're getting some heal root, which is good. Okay, you can pick that up. Got a lantern. Oh, now you finished the room. A little late. Little late, buddy. Oh, man. I think I'll make it like way off center. I guess my containment room and my rich room might not need to be the same thing. I feel like they should be. Can you pick these back up? 0 battery power. Oh, it just stops working. Okay, well, it helped. It helped in that brief moment of time. I still want to make this as a rec room. Okay, we're in April-May. Goodyear mining coal. We got our bedrooms are still here. A lot of blood on the ground. The blood's fine. The blood's fine. I think we're in a good spot here. Survived 2 raids. We did get betrayed. I'm left lung destroyed. Man. Simple. I'm not sure if I want this prisoner. Now that they're here, can I... Oh no. Oh, I can no longer can't execute them anymore. My people don't like execution. They don't like slavery. Release. Well, I'll recruit them and use them as a meat shield. Or ghoul fuel, one of the two. Otherwise, oh, it's Radicus coming in. Unfortunately, our researcher died, which is probably the most irritating part of this. Shrink that down. Now that we were down a farmer. Got that. So it's going to be a rec room eventually. We'll move the table, chairs, and bookshelf. I still want to make... I want to make this a workroom, but having it open, I could cut it off as a hallway. Like this, perhaps, and make it a rec room. Might be the right way to go. How do I... There's a way to... Marriage party. I thought there was like a planning option. Production, structures, orders. Plan. So kind of like a... Make this into the rec room here. Make this just the main hallway with our branching stuff off it. We have a medical office. This has to stay open to vent. Prison, which outside access, I suppose. We don't have winter here, so that's like... I know, I thought about the blood. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna... Look, if we take a vampire trait and maybe use them as a blood bag, things happen. Things happen in the cat cult. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We got here 1, 2, 3, 4. Eventually, I will get more people eventually, right? That aren't dirty traders. When that happens, where will I put them? I could dig into here for more housing space. I could build this way, out this way. Might not be bad to build out this way. Oh my god, I need to. God, I gotta make this even bigger, don't I? I want this to be like. I want to make a good containment area. Just gonna be one big containment room. That's. Are you gonna take care of that? A little more urgency would be nice. Thank you. Oh, my batteries. Battery, I guess. Did that break the cable? Oh no, didn't break the cable. That's fine. I think trying to put the ritual spot in with the void monolith was a incorrect move. I think I could. I would kind of want to turn this into the ritual spot, right? It's outdoor. I can't move this though. Work to build 50% a day. It's 16 beauty, so it's pretty good. It's just in the way. Oh god, having it not be symmetric kills me. I want these have to be next to each other. I think I just need to suck it up and mine out. This way, then it hits right into this. Again, me and my wind farms always in place. It's funny because like the white circle, when I was building it near the containment only linked if it was within that white circle range. But yeah, it clearly can't even have like stuff on the ground. It has to be fully clear. I mean, I could, in theory. I still don't know if I need to build it indoors or outdoors. I guess a person could always move it. Here's what there. Let's see what happens. It's free to build. We'll leave it as a temporary ritual home as people enter the. You know, oh God, I really don't like it there. I don't like there at all. Let's put it like. Put it here for now. That's better. Right under the windmill. Oh. Oh. So when we get enough resources, we'll wall this off. We're at 88 wood and no limestone. Why don't we have any limestone? We have limestone. I think people are just busy because I'm down to 3 people. Not even replanted yet. Or hauled in the heal root. Radicus isn't helping. Food, potatoes, survival meals. Why are you telling me about food spoilage? Okay, it's -8 in here. It's frozen. It's frozen. It's okay. It's okay. I think we're in a decent spot here. People are mostly slept in the heat -4. Oh, it is 25C. Okay. Okay, it is toast. It is a little toasty in the rooms there. I'll grant them that much. Well, you know what? You might have to suck it up and deal with it, Artemis. Where'd you get a beer from? Oh, I shouldn't ask questions I don't want answers to. Okay, that's good. I think this is a good pausing place. Morning of 13th of April, May. We got a storage room built. We have a prisoner in a medical office, quote unquote. People are drinking. They got beer from somewhere. I probably been murdering these people. We got potato harvesting. We got camels, I guess. Looking pretty good, pretty good. We got a ghoul captured, just casually. Are you related? Anyone related to him? Nope. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna save and call it good here. And so, oh, see, now my chat window is all the wrong size. Oh, just gotta duplicate it. I'll fix it later, or I'll forget about fixing this and fix it sometime in the future. Well, I'm gonna say thanks everyone for joining today. This was a much longer, probably one of my longest streams actually to date. Good for me. Doing something take a bit longer. There's a problem with. I guess talking about travel and playing Rimworld are two things that suck me in. So thanks everyone for joining me. I will be streaming again on the date that I'm definitely not looking up my own schedule that I posted. Friday. Same time Friday. So I was doing more Rimworld, 7 p.m. on Friday. I might do some more chatting beforehand. Maybe not. We'll see. Maybe I'll fix for this chat window. Maybe not. But I'll definitely be streaming Rimworld and figuring out more about Anomaly and ignoring the other DLC as long as I can until like the Imperial forces march in and demand tithes or something. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll see everybody on Friday. Good night, everybody.